not yet. Almost.
F it. We'll do it live. All right, so I'm just going to... I can write from here. I could just copy and paste.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. And if there's any that you feel...
We're just YOLOing it.
Yeah, we're YOLOing it, dude. All right, I think we're live.
We are live.
I think we're live. Hello, everyone. It's Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, and welcome back to another episode of Talkin' Yu-Gi-Oh! Episode 25 of our Into the VRAINS podcast, a quarter of the way to 100. The sad realization is we're not going to reach 100 episodes on this one because VRAINS is not going to have 75 more episodes. So, sad realization, but what are you going to do? Yeah, Talking Yu-Gi-Oh! Into the VRAINS, episode 25. Usually we do these podcast live streams on Saturday afternoons. It's a Tuesday night currently, at least on the East Coast of the U.S., and that's because with vacation, Calibro, to our knowledge, is still in Las Vegas. I don't know if he ever left Las Vegas.
I think he ended up getting stuck there, and he did something like The Hangover or whatever. They left him there, like Doug got left.
Calibro, and realistically, Calibro came back and he said Las Vegas killed him, and he will not be able to be on these podcasts for another week and a half.
You know what would have been great?
What?
If you inserted the clip right now.
I'm going to do it tomorrow night. He sent us a video. He's not doing well. But anyway, I am joined by Pete. Pete, how you doing, man?
Well, thank you for having me. I've been better, but hey, I still made it out here for everyone watching.
Appreciate it, dude. Yeah, it's been a rough week.
On about 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah, I know. I feel you, dude. Well, it'll be a quick one, but we have the entire Zyzen duel to discuss.
Yeah, both
which
episodes.
Is pretty nuts.
I know.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's been that long.
Yeah, we haven't done one since the Call Me Naby episode way back in early July.
Which was a great name.
Great name. So before we begin, I do want to thank people who have joined my Patreon in the last couple of weeks and everyone who super chatted on the last Talkin' Yu-Gi-Oh! Stream. So big thank you to new patrons Lorena, Sakaki Chrono, Catherine Mozakis, Seriously Orion, I can't even read my own handwriting. Jorge Leone, who's a platinum tier. Melinda Phantom, who upgraded to a platinum tier. Ben Hertz and Gladiator, who are both diamond tiers. Massive thank you to all of you guys. Really looking forward to sending you guys mail. And yeah, that is awesome. And thank you to everyone who super chatted on the last stream, the last Talking Yu-Gi-Oh! Matthew Kennedy, Elizabeth W., Nicholas Horton, Alex Verme, Brian Ford, Demomo, Goosey Q, TNX Rail, Kazato Fujiki, Kaito, Eon Time Walker, Jack Rhodes, Davis Enots, Chargeblade Yu-Gi-Oh!, Seriously Orion, RedEye, Silver Colors, Dark World, The Fireball, Callan Thomas, Nicholas Horton, and Mesta Yoku. And a happy birthday to Neostorm Maxton.
Yes.
Belated.
Happy birthday.
But happy
I know
birthday.
It was last week you said, but happy birthday.
Yes, and thank you to everyone who donates through Super Chat and becomes a patron. I cannot even express how much it helps me out and helps out the channel. So enough of that. Big thank you to everyone. Let's get into Zyzen's versus I. We've finally reached the point in VRAINS where I has taken over Soul Technologies pretty much fully.
Yeah.
Got the second key. We haven't had any dialogue or scenes since he's gotten the second key. I'm sure that's what 112, the episode in literally 12 hours.
A little bit when he was leaving and he talked to Revolver and Soulburner and Saku.
It almost feels like this is where the true battle is about to begin. And it's a big turning point for VRAINS because, unfortunately, I hate to say it's been very predictable the last 2 months, but it has been predictable, right? We knew that I was going to take over Soul Tech.
Even though I picked against Robapi.
You did. But we also knew that I was going to leave a wake of destruction in his path, killing off Spectre, Gnome, Vyra, Faust. Robabi kills off Ghost Girl and Blood Shepherd. I kills off Go, Onizuka, and now Akira Zyzen. We knew there was going to be a wake of destruction, and now it almost feels like we are entering the final battle, so to speak, like the final stages of VRAINS. What is I going to do now that he has Soul Tech? It's a big turning point for VRAINS because all of a sudden that unpredictability factor kind of comes back in a way.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And it's also like now, not to disrespect the rest of the duelists that have been in the show so far.
Of course.
But we're on the three heavy hitters now. Let's just be real.
Yeah, well, Aoi Zyzen's alive too.
Yes, but
will she do anything?
But come on, like her character, I love her, but her characters, they've diminished her like they do every Yu-Gi-Oh girl.
Sure.
She's had amazing moments, but still. So now you get your three heavy hitters in Playmaker and Soulburner and Revolver. What are they going to do?
Right.
Now, it's not as clear-cut who's going to win these duels here.
Absolutely.
And what's the true purpose of I and Soul Tech? Is he going to take over all the Soltis and reinvent the Ignis? Is he just going to use it as an army where he's connected throughout the world like an I Robot style? What is he going to do?
Yeah, and that's where things get very exciting for me personally. In terms of the duel, I liked the duel. I thought it was a cool duel. What were your thoughts on Zizens versus I. Did anything, because we didn't, this was the one duel where everyone was on vacation, so we didn't make any formal predictions
Yeah, we didn't
as to
actually.
who was going to win. Who would you have picked?
I mean, I would have picked I.
I think everyone would have.
Clearly, he was going to win.
So the result didn't surprise you.
No, but I love the duel. I thought it was very entertaining. One of my favorite moments, I texted you this, probably this season, was when, I think it's in episode 110.
110, yeah.
When he goes, Pandora, you could predict everything based on all the data you have of me. And almost kind of like, oh, can you predict this kind of thing? Kind of like Revolver said back in 68 with Wendy.
Yeah.
And he says that link magic. And I was like, hold on. I was like, is he going to pull out a new link spell kind of like Lightning did in his duel with Revolver? Nope. He brings back the 3 arrows that judge the world, judgment arrows, the reaction, like where it does that cut screen of like everyone at the same time. Like
classic anime.
Nutty,
yeah,
like,
classic anime reaction.
It was perfect. And I really love that scene because it shows that like even when you think you have Pandora said it time and time again, he has an ability, a knack to get out of things. He proves it once again. So I thought it was a very entertaining duel. I liked it a lot. And I love that he was saying, like, oh, show me your sibling love, your sibling power, right? And Aoi said, oh, stop mocking us with that. He wasn't. It was almost like, was he being sarcastic, of course? But he wanted to have them show, like, the love for each other, not only to break them easier, but it was also, I think he misses that. He doesn't have the connection he had with his friends, the love he had with his friends. And he wants to see people that love each other fight for their lives.
Yeah.
And he wanted to bring that out of them.
I think that's a great point you make. And I think almost to a degree, in a very twisted way, he almost wants people who do have that love to defeat him and almost be the person that he was unable to be.
I mean, he has a death wish, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Let's be real.
I mean,
he's
he's said it a couple of times, maybe not verbatim, but he's said, like, look, I have nothing left in me but to duel until I'm defeated, until I die.
Yeah.
So at this point, he's just dueling until he either dies or he accomplishes his goals.
And he accomplished his goal.
He accomplished his goal, which, I mean, I think we all knew was going to happen. That's why, like, if Go beat him, if Aoi beat him, like, the show is over. I mean, that's
essentially, unless Robopi or Pandora become the main villain.
Yeah. Another really interesting line that I got from Pandora in this duel that I didn't touch on in the review. Pandora at one point says he feels sadness. I felt a similar sadness when I lost my friends. And I'm pretty sure Pandora is referring to the other versions.
Other Pandoras that are connected.
But, like, again, every time that she says something that sympathizes with I, or almost, like, puts her in the same circle as I, it makes me very uneasy.
That they're going to team up?
That they're going to team up. And I still feel like Pandora, there's more to her that we are going to see.
Absolutely.
You do still believe that.
It's a creation of Revolver. There's no way we're not going to get more about her.
And I think what's really fascinating, too, is not only do you keep Aoi Zaizen alive, but you also keep Pandora alive.
Right.
So it's almost like a 2-for-1 there.
That's done on purpose.
And it absolutely is done on purpose. And what might be, in hindsight, 30 episodes down the road, we might look back at this moment and say, for the story, it actually wasn't, I hope we don't say this, it wasn't as important that Aoi stayed alive, because maybe she won't end up doing much.
Yeah,
it was more important that Pandora stayed alive.
And it's almost if she let's say she turns against him, right? It becomes the main villain of the season.
Yeah.
I made that mistake that he didn't erase her, that he
Right.
didn't finish her off.
Right.
And so now it could be a situation where, okay, this is total throwing stuff at the wall here.
Sure. That's
what
what we
if
do.
it comes that Pandora becomes the main villain? Against everything that happens, has to team up with the rest of our heroes because she's the bigger threat. And so she's not only a threat to the world, but she's a threat to Ai's plans. It's almost like the enemy of my enemy is my friend. That could happen.
Yeah.
Right?
That's been said before.
Maybe Yusaku has an emotional moment with Ai and can kind of bring him off the ledge. Even though, Revolver said there's no going back. I'll have no hesitation killing you. But
also, what did you think of that? Because that was the first. Revolver had been stone cold to us this season that he wanted to eliminate Ai.
Yeah.
And we finally, in that line towards the end, we finally realized I did have an effect on Revolver.
I think you actually made an excellent point in your review. Is when you exactly said that. Is that he puts on this front to everyone else that kill the Ignis, calling it the Dark Ignis.
Right.
It's not I, right?
It's not I anymore, no.
But in that moment, you see that he had, and in his own thoughts throughout the 2 episodes, he had a struggle. He's had a struggle. He called him I for a reason. There was a profound effect there. And now it's almost like, you know what? This is it. Like, what I set out to do, maybe I strayed from that path. Look, everything me and my father predicted was right.
Yeah.
He needs to be eliminated, regardless of what Yusaku or anyone says. And I kind of think pretty much everyone but Yusaku's on board with that. Soulburner clearly looks like he's totally cool with beating Ai. Everyone, even Kusanagi, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
I think Yusaku's the only one that has serious, like,
See,
how could I do this?
But I don't know if I agree with you because I think that Soulburner is still on the fence more than he maybe wants to admit when it comes to Ai. Because I think that I really do believe still that if Ai says to him, I can bring back Flame, I think he's on board
that's
for
teasing
it.
him with bait. That's not. Let's say that's totally out of the picture. You don't think Soulburner's against Ai?
I think he's against him, but I think it's from more of a point of view that he wants to, like, understand him better. It's not from a Revolver point of view where I don't care what you have to say.
Yeah.
I want to kill you.
I
think
that.
Soulburner is, in that anger, he wants to know, why is this happening? Why are you doing this?
I mean, he's definitely over-exaggerated anger throughout the 2 episodes.
That's too. Well, and another thing I love about Soulburner is how many times in this duel did he say, all right, that crosses the line?
That was the best.
He said it like
became a
5
meme in
times.
the community.
Yeah.
It became a meme in the
absolutely
community.
incredible. Soulburner's great, man. And I am, we've yet to see the big 3 duel yet this season.
Yeah.
It's like they're really saving
how
it.
little we've had of Yusaku.
Since Bowman,
he's
nothing.
Supposedly our main character,
Yeah.
right? And we're, 10 episodes into season 3?
Someone has to do some research because this might be the longest we have gone in a Yu-Gi-Oh anime where the main protagonist did not duel. Yeah. I know there was some time after Yusei lost to Kiryu or, lost where he was injured and he didn't duel for a bit. I don't know how many episodes that was, but someone's got to do the research because not counting the, quick playmaker versus duplicate Ai, it was off screen mostly. Not counting that duel, it's been 12 episodes or maybe 11, and as far as we know, he's not dueling anytime in the near future. Which, by the way, we're going to get summaries for August 7th. So for those of you wondering for summaries.
I didn't watch the preview for 112. Does it look like it's setting up any particular duel?
Based on, we know what duel is next if you read the summaries. I'm not going to spoil it, but based on the preview, no, you would not know that there's a duel coming up. So we're going to make our predictions on Saturday after episode.
Right, sounds good.
Yeah, 112 airs. But yeah, it's going to be interesting.
I think Tam, my boy, pointed out an interesting thing. He goes, I wish there was an episode with less duels since it's becoming predictable. And yeah, I could kind of feel that of giving us more backstory on what's Ai's going through.
That's a great comment, and I think that the timing of this comment is great because I really do believe personally, maybe it's wishful thinking, that 112, the episode that airs in 12 hours, is going to be that episode. I don't think we're going to have a duel maybe towards the very end of the episode, and I think that this is the exact moment where we need a plot-heavy episode where things calm down. Ai has Soul Tech now in the palm of his hands. We can learn more about him. Based on the preview, Aoi Aizen and Hayami are having a conversation over Akira's dead body. That'll be kind of interesting to watch. So I think we are finally going to get that plot episode. And it also looked like the big 3 were still together, not with Aoi. Maybe Aoi will join them later. I still think, though, I said it in my review, golden opportunity for Miyu to walk into the picture.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. And I totally agree with you when you said that. Like, let's establish her character. She's a victim of the Lost incident. She was the original one that Aqua was created out of, right? Let's give her some screen time. In the present, I know technically it was in the present in the hospital scene, but that was really a flashback,
it was
right?
a flashback.
It already happened.
Yeah, it was a flashback.
Let's give her some present things. Let's have her interact with other characters beside Aoi, and let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Obviously, she learned dueling, right? Because they were all tortured in those 6 months or whatever the Lost incident was. She knows how to duel. Let's see it.
Season 2 did a great job of establishing the Ignis as characters.
Yeah.
I want this season, again, you bring back the Ignis as humans. First of all, you get beautiful designs, but now I want the focus to be on the relationship between those Ignis and the Lost Incident victims. Basically what the beginning of this show was all about in a way.
Comes full.
That's what I want it to be.
And
about.
also, it'll be this nice dichotomy of these aren't the real Ignis, but how much of them is really in there?
Right.
What has Ai done to them? Has he done lightning-like things where he's altered them? What's going on there?
Where are Flame and Aqua going to stand in the
you
fight?
have to assume if Ai brings back every one of the Ignis, right?
It'd be amazing.
The other 5.
It'd be incredible.
You would imagine none of them are going to question Ai at first, right? They're all going to be on his side. If he's making them from his own image, they're all on his side.
If they get revived, they're going to thank Ai. But I think Flame and Aqua are going to say, how did you do it? And Ai's hands are bloodied at that point because he's killed people to get them.
How real are the Ignis? You know what I mean? Are they interpretations, visions of what I wanted them to be or what he remembers? Because they're not really their own conscious selves, right? Those were lost inside of Bowman.
almost like at the end of I'm not without too many spoilers because I know you're watching 5Ds. Almost like at the end of 5Ds where the main
Well, you spoiled them already.
and I know, sorry, where the main antagonist, the characters that he was with, I don't want to spoil too much. Iliaster, they were like the memories that he had implanted in them. It wasn't actually them, right? So like maybe they could do a route like that. Yeah, I think that's just a great way to carry on the show into season 3, but we'll see where they go. This is 112 is gonna be a very interesting episode because if I hints at trying to bring back the Ignis, I think he's gonna succeed. Maybe not in tomorrow's episode, but at some point in the future, and I think that'll be really interesting. And just we're gonna learn why he wants Soltech. We don't really know.
No,
we're finally gonna learn that tomorrow.
I want to know more about him. Like I
Yeah.
know we've been getting a little bit of his intentions, his immense grief, what he's going through, right? And I thought this 2 episodes really did a little bit more answering for me because if you've been watching, I've been a little skeptical of this turn.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And I think it's interesting, one, not only keeping Pandora alive, but she can sense feelings, right? So I think that's an interesting angle to add to her character. And then to have in this duel for Akira and Aoi to kind of both apologize. Aoi kind of pleading with him of like, listen, I lost Aqua too. Like, stop this. Like, let's work on this. And Akira more going, hey, listen, like, it was my company
Apologizing.
that kind of messed this up. I have to defend my employees that I'm responsible for, but no on the behalf of me and even kind of Soltech in a way, I'm sorry for everything that happened.
Akira is so
I thought that was
freaking good,
great
dude.
back and forth from the 3 of them. I thought the 3 of them really was great.
Dude, Akira is so good. I mean, because he doesn't even say, like, the employees, but, like, he goes on and says, like, dude, like, the employees that we have here, they have families. Like, I can't let them just be without work. Like, I'm not only fighting for them, I'm fighting for their families. And to even, for, like, a CEO to even, like, think about it on, like, an emotional level like that, like, that's deep. That's when you know you're, like, a good person at heart.
Someone who's not even been in the position after everything Akira's gone through, right?
All
He's
the
not even
shit
been in
from the
position
uppers.
that
Yeah,
long.
right.
And now he gets this position, and he does it with grace.
Yeah.
He does it with character.
Yeah.
He accepts responsibility. Like, as much as he's kind of been shafted in some kind of way, I don't know. It just, I want to see more of his character. I really hope this isn't the end, considering there's only about 30 probably episodes left.
Yeah.
But he has been one of my favorite characters, and I will also say at the end of the show, he'll probably be one of the most underutilized characters in the show.
Sure. 2 duels. That's probably it. I don't think he's going to duel again. Thank you to everyone who's commenting, by the way. These streams, I do not read the comments live, but I always go back. I always rewatch, and I always pay attention to what you guys are saying. So thank you to everyone for commenting. Do we have any...
Everyone's putting F in the chat for Akira.
Do we have any donations?
We do have some donations.
Okay,
so
yeah, we'll get into those real
I missed
quick.
any. No, I got everybody.
Sure.
Okay, so...
Thank you guys so much. We'll
First
take some
starter
questions.
was Matthew Kennedy. He donated $2.
Great dude.
He said, hi, Dylan. Can't wait for Saturday.
Yes. So Matthew gave me a more backstory on Zed, his character. You won't be here on Saturday, but you always listen in.
Not.
And it's just... He's just an amazing writer.
He's a goddamn writer.
He should be a writer. Well, he's going... Yeah, he's considering maybe being a writer. I think he's going for
Don't
nursing.
consider, Matt. Do it.
Well, yeah, it's he's just great. So I'm going to read more about that and how that character would act in the VRAINS universe, and I think it's a really, really awesome.
That should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that'll be cool. Matthew, thank you, dude.
And then Jason Bornat donated $2.
Thank you, Jason.
And he said, your predictions for the next 5 duels.
Oof. Well, we know the next one.
You don't want to spoil, but yeah.
You know what? I think I'm just going to spoil it.
If you don't want spoilers,
if you don't want spoilers, click off the video. It's just what the next duel is. We don't know. We don't know the results, even with the spoilers. You don't know the next duel.
No, I don't.
So actually,
this is right here. You
yeah, I want to get your snapshot reaction to this duel.
Okay. All right. I'm not going to make formal prediction, though.
The duel is Soulburner versus Robapi.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's kind of unpredictable.
Yeah.
Where's that going to go?
Yeah.
All right.
And based on the summary, Robapi is going to basically say that Soulburner not being able to save Flame is the reason that I is in pain, which is pretty
wow.
effed up.
Right,
yeah.
So they're going to really dig it.
Yeah. So I love that. That was the 113 summary, came out a little earlier today. I'm going to cover that in a video soon. But
I mean, for the next 5 duels, Yusaku Eye is going to happen.
But in the
Revolver Eye, probably.
Revolver Soulburner, maybe.
Revolver Soulburner.
But who wins? If Robapi beats Soulburner, is Soulburner dead? He is, right?
Yes, right. So you would assume.
Wouldn't that be a crazy upset, man, if that happened?
Yeah, it'd be insane. I don't know.
But at the same
Robapi's pretty
time,
good.
the
whole appliance deck.
if Soulburner beats Robapi, then isn't Robopi dead? Or maybe Soulburner wouldn't kill Robopi off.
Maybe not. I
Maybe
don't know.
maybe then Revolver comes in and says,
like as a way of mercy to show, like, listen, we're not trying to kill you. We're not doing that. Like, can we stop this? I don't see someone with that much emotion in Soulburner doing that, but, you know.
But also, I don't know if Soulburner is the kind of person that would be able to just kill somebody off, you know?
You don't think so?
Because he's got like a lot of anger, but he's not like sadistic to that degree. Where like Revolver would do it.
Again, you have Robopi, if he's fanning those flames,
True.
he or she, however you want to say, is fanning those flames and saying, hey, it's your fault that, by the way, the flame's dead. That's going to enrage him.
Well, let me tell you something. I might get a Soulburner tattoo for this duel. Because I want
didn't know you were Caliber.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna have to see what tattoo artist Caliber got his at because I am.
He has it on his back, right?
Huge Soulburner, just his face.
Yeah.
I am hardcore rooting for Soulburner in this duel.
Really?
I
Okay.
do not like Robopi.
Yeah, the
I
characters.
I don't know what it is. I
Interesting.
do not like
It's like
Robopi.
2.0. It's the annoying character that comments.
Yes, and I just hope Soulburner wipes the floor with Robopi. But
you would have figured that Soulburner would have to win to face Revolver, right? If the opening is
also, what if the opening is again just symbolizing the
like
tension,
kind of an I Dream
the tension,
maybe thing?
maybe, or just the tension between those two, and maybe it's not a duel, even though the duel disc is out. I don't know, but Jason,
I don't know about five. But
five
duels,
is tough.
That's hard.
Yeah,
It's really hard.
Soulburner, Robopi, Playmaker I would have Revolver, Soulburner there. Honestly, the next 5 duels will probably take us to like halfway until when the show is over. At this point.
I mean, again, we also don't know when the show ends. Maybe it lasts longer than we think it's gonna, right?
Maybe,
because YuGiOh 7 was announced. We don't know.
You're right. It's true. It's a
my goodness.
optimistic way to look at it. But Jason, thank you for the donation, man.
I am just copying one donation in here, and then I will go back to the top. Thank you.
Pete's never done the. I've never done the donations
I think
either
I'm doing
before.
all right
You're
so
doing
far.
good. You're doing good. Dude.
All right, so our Vegas boy to Calibro donated $4.
Oh, Cal,
and he
dude.
said, "Sorry, I couldn't make it tonight, guys. Much love."
I love you, Caliber. I don't know if he's still watching. He's probably asleep at this point.
He was in the chat a little bit. He
Okay,
said,
good.
"I would chat if I had a voice," is what he said.
Yeah, Calibro's not doing well, but
We'll show you a video one of the other nights. But
Yeah.
he sent us a video because I said, "Prove it, how bad you're doing," and he didn't sound well.
no, that's all right. We love him, and hopefully he feels a little better.
He lost a lot of money in Vegas.
He
He's
said
very
he
depressed.
lost close to about $5,000.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and he said he didn't have $5,000, so he owes
Didn't
some
he end
Russians.
up waking up with like a tattoo on his arm or something?
Well, I don't know if he wanted us to say that.
Oh, okay, well,
Yeah.
spoilers. That never happened. You'll probably see it on the podcast.
Yeah. Well, he likes to wear those muscle shirts to show off his biceps,
Exactly.
so you'll see it.
Puts a lot of suntan lotion on it.
Yeah, well, and he works out a lot. He
Hey,
works
you
out
know,
2
he's-
times a
He's
day.
a fit guy. you know?
Yeah, no, really. I mean, I wish I had his biceps.
That guy.
Thank you, Caliber.
Melinda Phantom. I'm assuming this is 10 euros.
Yeah, Melinda, you're great. Thank you so much
Said
for the support.
using lightning's arrows was such an awesome scene. The entire duel was very powerful to me and emotional to a degree. Now I'm going back to sleep.
Melinda, well, you're probably asleep.
Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, I hope you're sleeping well. I mean, one of the best moments of the season, as you
I
said.
said my favorite moment of the season. One of my favorites in the show.
Yeah.
It was just incredible that the symbolism of this is Lightning's card, Lightning and Bowman's card, right? Of the whole war against the Ignis, and you're going to really use it on our heroes.
Yep.
You're going to do that. After you were on the other side, you helped defeat these people,
Yeah.
defeat Bowman,
Yeah.
and you did that. That's how much pain he's in. And I also, again, as I said, in 112, I want more delving into why he's doing this, even more. I want to just grief. Give me detail of what you feel.
I'm very hopeful that 112 we will get that.
I did love the line, though. I think you said it in the review, where he said to me, time isn't moving forward. It stopped.
Oh, that was a great line.
I thought that was an
because
excellent
that is what grief and mourning can feel
that
like.
kind of hit me, and I was like, oh. In a moment, I'm like, I kind of get it.
Yeah.
Like, you feel like you're alone. And kind of Robopi's your creation, right?
Yeah, Robopi's not your friend.
Right?
I don't think he views
It's
Robopi as a friend.
Your bro, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's all you have in the world.
Yeah.
And now you feel like everyone, including Playmaker, has kind of ousted you.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever mission you're on, you feel like you need to do this.
Yeah.
You know, he remembered. He had that flashback to Bowman that said, you seal the Ignis's future now. I hope you don't regret it. And that's weighed on him heavily.
Yeah. Great freaking line from Bowman,
That
too.
was great. Nicholas Horton donated, I believe, €5.
Thank you, Nick.
And said,
Great
Ai's
dude.
final goal is still a mystery, and Robopi should still consider Yusaku as his/her owner.
Yeah, well, I think Robopi at one point, didn't Robopi say, like, owner, like, when, I think when they were about to go into the VRAINS after Akira set up the defense squad. I think Robopi said something about like, I think Robopi called Playmaker Master Playmaker. Didn't
I think
he?
It was something along
And
those
then he like
lines.
kind of like hesitated and said, "Oh, I mean Playmaker." So like Robopi still has those, and that Robopi was trained for how many years since we don't know how long Playmaker has had Robopi, but like. Yeah, Robopi.
Robopi was basically.
It's almost like if your pet dog of 8 years became like a human and then
then turned against you and tried to kill human
had to go
beings.
after you.
And
So-
also, like, it's to the degree of I corrupted her.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
her,
You
him,
you
whatever.
see what happened, and of course, humanity. Yeah, there's some horrible people in the world. I don't think anyone can argue
all
that.
the AIs hate humanity.
I don't think anyone can argue there are horrible people in the world. And so if you handpick all of these horrible disasters and that's all you feed to someone, you're going to that person is going to think that this is all human beings are. When in reality it's a very slim percentage of people that are like that. But that's how you get brainwashed. Happens to people, unfortunately. It happened to Robopi.
And, also Robopi probably feels, all right, a sense to Yusaku that, hey, that's Master. But also a sense to I that he or she, however you want to say, keeps saying, you're the one that made me smart, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you feel a duty to follow that person of that you have this newfound intelligence because of I.
Yes.
He keeps saying, like, they have these, like, little jokey scenes in the middle of these tense battles of, like, oh, hey, you're learning, different, like, jokes and stuff like that. You feel the need to follow someone who is, hey, they're a great talker. I knows how to kind of rope someone in a little bit, and that's what happened to Robopi.
Absolutely.
Also, Caliber said, Soulburner Tat, yes. He said he's here, and he also said he wins money. He won money.
Oh, he won money. Well, I think he
Supposedly.
So he won money gambling, but the amount of alcohol that he probably bought,
probably blew it away.
I mean, and he might have bought some adult entertainment.
Yeah, we don't know what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, right, Cal? You know what I'm talking about. Taker Napper also said, play the Nick Caliber card. If you follow the Nick Caliber fan account, you'll understand that reference.
That card was great.
That was one of my favorite moments.
I need to create merch. I'm looking for an artist. I think I'm going to reach out to Kerry, who we don't really know Kerry that well.
No,
DJ's friend, our friend DJ's friend Kerry, and she's like an artist. I do know a good amount of artists, but I want to get an artist that will draw like versions of the VRAINS characters and then put them on shirts and have like phrases, because I'd love to get some Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS
I want
merch.
a Revolver one, man.
I can't use the official art. I mean,
Yeah.
fan art's a little, tough as it is, but yeah, I'm trying to get actual art. Not art, but like actual merch. I think it would be really cool.
That'd be great.
So maybe in the future.
You want to go back to donations?
Yes.
Matthew Kennedy again donated $2 and said, don't forget what to talk about on Saturday, Dylan.
I will not, dude. I have it written all down in my notes. Don't worry, Matt. We're good.
He's reminding you out there.
Yeah, he should be. He's a great guy.
The boy Brian Ford.
Brian.
Here, he donated $5.
Good dude.
And he said, I think Aoi has to do something. It would make no sense to keep her around to do literally nothing. Also, we haven't seen her in one scene talking in opening 3. So we haven't seen her in one talking. I assume he meant in one scene that she's talking in opening 3.
Yeah.
Because really, we only see her in that battle with Akira, and I think that's the last you see of her, right?
Yeah.
And now we know she's alive, so anything could really happen, right?
Brian, thank you for the donation. The pedigree of women in Yu-Gi-Oh!, especially the main leads,
Not great.
has been horrible in end of show duels. I'm hoping that gets broken, and I hope you're right. I mean, I don't have much confidence just because of the precedents that they've set.
You're scorned at this point.
Yeah, but she is alive. That's good. If she was killed off, that'd be like, all right. I mean, think about where Yuzu was at this point in Arc 5. She was brainwashed. She was kidnapped. She didn't duel again in the last 50, 60 episodes. Aki wasn't really doing much. Asuka was dead, or maybe like right when season 4 was starting. So like, and Kotani and Anzu were support characters, not through dueling. So we'll see. She's alive. She's around. She's in that shot in the opening with Soulburner, Playmaker, and Revolver, which is good.
Gotta mean something, right?
Yeah, we'll keep our fingers crossed for her. I hope you're right, though, Brian. Thank you for the donation.
Caliber said, you're not wrong on spending money, he said. All right, we'll jump back into Brian Ford, again donated $5.
Have you ever been to Vegas?
I have not, unfortunately.
I've never
DJ is in Vegas currently right now.
Yeah.
Our friend DJ, you probably see him around.
When we
at
do
some
the
point.
After Dark podcast tomorrow night, I think DJ will be on it, actually, so that'll be a lot of fun.
that'll be great.
Brian, thank you for the donation.
Brian donated another
Yep.
$5. He
Thank
said,
you, dude.
if Soulburner does change sides, I would like if I gave him judgment arrows, and in a future scene, Soulburner uses it on Revolver. That would be great. That would absolutely be awesome.
If that happens, that might be the greatest scene in the entire
like
show.
stick it right to him
To show his like actual like I am all in with Team Ignis.
That would be crazy. I mean, talk
Dude,
about.
that would be insane.
I mean, like,
Brian, you got me so hyped,
They're
man.
going off about
Oh.
like, oh man, like look at how I could use Lightning and Bowman's card. If Soulburner uses it against our heroes, and I'm counting Revolver as a hero in this case.
Dude, it would be so
That's-
good.
I mean,
Brian.
he's saying, Revolver's saying there's no coming back. I don't know if there's any coming back for Soulburner if he does something like that.
No. That's it. You are pledging your alliance to not only Team Ignis, but to Team Death to Humanity, basically.
Yeah, and which includes himself.
Yeah.
That would be absolutely insane.
Brian, thank you for the donation and the comment, dude. Thank you, man.
One of our favorite girls on the channel, Anonymous Anime Lover, donated a whopping $60, Dylan.
Jesus Christ.
And she said, hi, Dylan and Pete. Finished original Yu-Gi-Oh! So happy for Yu-Gi-Oh! 7. My prediction for 7th show, Return of Yugi, and he breaks, quote-unquote, the fourth wall to tell us what has happened to him. Joey, T, Tristan, yes, I'm using English dub names. How do you feel about that?
That's fine. First of all, $60, Anonymous Anime Lover, such a sweet human being. Thank you so much. You are incredible. Jesus, that is amazing. I think that Yu-Gi-Oh! 7, there's a real chance
There's
that
so much
will...
possibility.
Yeah.
25th anniversary.
And there's a real chance that it will have to do with the original crew.
Oh, God, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, my only concern is how do you continue to sell new cards? Do you just reboot it and say, look, all of the summoning methods exist in this universe now?
I kind of think you do.
Maybe you do.
Right?
And all of a sudden,
Arc
instead of
5,
Kaiba...
right? One of the things
Yeah.
they did was have, you told me all of them,
Well,
right?
they time travel to the dimensions.
You could do something similar?
You could.
I mean, what if somehow your famous timeline video, what happens if the 7th show somehow connects some of these shows?
Well, that'd be incredible.
right? I
Yeah.
mean, that'd be crazy. Even if they're not connected, but you do like wink, wink, nod, nod references.
Oh, it'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
25th
Easter
anniversary,
eggs.
it has to do with the original crew. I mean, it has to.
At least, right?
And then the best part is if it does, that's amazing. And if it doesn't, it's a new show anyway.
Yeah, who
So like
cares?
that's why like my excitement level is through the roof.
gonna be awesome.
It's an amazing time to be a fan of the show.
I still can't believe the way they announced it. Like what, 5 months before you thought at 2:30 in the morning on a random day.
Well, in Japan it was like regular
but
time.
still
but
Saturday to Sunday.
yeah.
Like what the hell?
I'll never forget where I was, man, when that
Yeah,
got announced.
we're both. Of course, we're both out. The one time we're out, that's when it gets announced.
And I remember because we weren't together at the time. Then we met up in Red
Yeah, and then
Bank.
we're recording a video in nice clothes at.
Well, but I remember
5:30 in the
I
morning.
told you on the car ride home. I'm like, so by the way, it got announced, and you're like, what got announced? I'm like, Yu-Gi-Oh! 7. You're like, no freaking like, dude. Oh my god, it was amazing.
I really thought you were pulling my leg on that.
I thought I was pulling my own leg until I woke up the next morning. I mean, that was insane.
It was like almost like you were dreaming.
Yeah,
right?
that's what it felt like. Anime Lover, you're amazing. Thank you so much for the donation. I hope your summer is going really well. I hope the North Carolina heat hasn't been too bad.
Oh, that's right. She
been-
is in North
It's
Carolina.
been horrible over in Jersey. I'll
Yeah,
tell you
here
that much.
today the temperature it said it felt like 103, and I worked outside today. It was
Freezing
not
cold
fun.
winters. Actually, the winters aren't that bad. I mean, they could be worse.
I don't know, man.
but
They're
like,
pretty bad.
like in Boston, Maine, like it's worse.
Oh,
Chicago,
yeah, absolutely.
it's not as
and
bad.
I hope most of you watching do not work outside. It is not fun.
Yeah, this man's outside for like 9 hours a day, every day.
Yeah, it's not fun.
God bless, dude. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, it's a lot of willpower, buddy. You want to still go into donations?
Yes, yeah, we'll keep going.
All right. Shark King 101.
Thank you,
He's
Shark.
here. He donated $5.
Thank
he
you,
said,
dude.
what if Revolver versus Soul Burner duel happens because Revolver has lost to Eye, and Eye decides to mind control Revolver instead of killing him? Very interesting.
That'd be interesting. I don't know if I'd like that though, because Revolver is a character that like,
Is so intellectual.
and he's so like strong-willed, you know. And I feel
Yeah,
like that would
kinda
be weird.
Diminish
A route that I could see Shark King with how to set up that duel is Soulburner defeats Robopi, and Soulburner maybe shows mercy on Robopi, and Revolver swoops in and says, "No, we need to destroy them."
kills Robopi.
Kills Robopi,
And
and
then
then
Soulburner's like,
Soulburner
"What
says,
the hell?"
"This is way too far. You're a complete piece of crap," and then they fight.
And
That'd
hey,
be a way to
don't
go.
forget kind of what you did to me.
Right.
I haven't, because remember last time Revolver was kind of letting Soulburner let all his anger out. He wouldn't actually duel him, and Soulburner's like, I can't do anything like this, right?
Right.
Maybe now Revolver turns around and goes, listen, bud, like, your judgment's askew.
Yeah.
Like, look at what these people are doing. They eliminated all our friends.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
get with the program, and Soulburner might be like, no, you're you're a murderer. I showed that thing mercy. Maybe it would have helped us, and that's what gets them against each other.
Yeah. Or maybe that mind control. Although I still feel like if I defeats Revolver, Revolver is such a threat that there is no way I is going to keep him alive.
No, there's
right? Like there's no even to mind control him.
The only way I could see it is maybe not a mind control, but almost like put him in like a stasis, like frozen. Almost like to torture him, use him as like a trophy, a puppet. Right. I could see I doing something like that.
that'd be messed up.
It'd be messed up, but I would like if it went
But Shark King, interesting comment, and thank you for the donation, man.
Your girl, anonymous anime lover, came back. She donated another $10.
Thank you
so
said, much.
Crazy if I does pendulum summons and an Ignister monster, maybe, question mark? No pressure for part 2 timeline, and glad you're waiting. Patience is a virtue.
The timeline is going to come, I promise. I feel like an asshole because I really do feel like an asshole.
Right now, at least maybe wait to the end of 6, right? Just so you could work out where everything is.
That might be the best route
Link
to go.
summoning has kind of thrown everything off, hasn't it?
It has. And like if Pendulum comes in, then it adds a new layer. Although at this point, I feel like VRAINS just isn't connected. But Anonymous, thank you again for another very generous donation. You're amazing. And yeah, patience is a virtue. That's very true. I don't have much patience, but got to be patient for Yu-Gi-Oh! 7.
I don't know. You could be pretty patient when you need to be.
Yeah,
I think.
maybe I.
You underestimate yourself on that one.
Maybe I do. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that.
All right. Thank her again because anonymous anime lover donated another $10.
Thank you so much.
And she said, in yours and Pete's opinion, Bonds Beyond Time 2 with Yusaka, Yuma, and Yuya teaming up as a possibility? Question mark.
What do you think of that?
I kind of like that.
Yeah. Now you don't know really anything about Yuya and Yuma except their designs.
I don't. I just know their designs.
Because those are the 2 shows you have yet to watch.
Those are 2 shows I've yet to watch.
And you might not watch.
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll talk more.
Yeah.
What happens there? But you know what? I kind of dig that because the one from Zexal, which one is?
Yuma.
Is Yuma? That's the youngest one, right?
Yes.
So I think that'd be kind of interesting to see how serious older Yusaku plays with a younger character.
Well, that's the other thing. Yuma and Yuya's personalities are polar opposite of Yusaku.
That's what makes things
and that
fun.
would make it really interesting. No, I think that would be very cool. Like the original crew, Yugi, Jaden, and Yusei, it's like they're all cool in their own way. Like, yes, Jaden's a little bit of a dorky cool, and like Yusei's more of like a, street cool, but they're all cool in their own way. But like Yusaku has more of that cold streak in him, whereas Yuya and Yuma
Especially in the dub.
Yeah. Whereas Yuya and Yuma are probably the 2 friendliest protagonists that you're going to get. Well, 2 friendliest and like hyperactive and innocent protagonists that you're going to get. And Yusaku has been through he's been through hell. And then you have these 2 characters who are like
PTSD.
that are very like happy and go lucky. And of course, Yuma has amazing development throughout Zexal. I mean, at least I think so. So I think the dynamic would be really fascinating. Would they do a movie though, Anonymous, without Yugi Moto? That's the real question.
I mean, you kind of got to get away from that, right? You can't be so reliant on one character.
Well, you'd be surprised, man. Welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah,
They're still making merch for the original show.
But yes, I would love to see any team-up movies.
Yes, me too.
Or maybe in Yu-Gi-Oh! 7, there's some kind of time-traveling, worlds-connected thing. Who knows?
Who knows? Possibilities are endless right now, which is really freaking awesome.
That's what's the best
Anonymous,
part.
You're amazing.
Right
Thank you.
before a new show, that's where the hype is, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You got a show ending that usually the ending is really good, so you get to enjoy that.
Fingers crossed.
And then, fingers crossed is right. And then you have news on a new show. It's like amazing, man.
Love it.
It's great.
Melinda Phantom came back, and she donated €5.
Thank you, Melinda.
And she said, I'll forever be sad about what they did to Yuzu at the end of Arc 5.
Yeah, well, Melinda, I believe Melinda's profile picture is Yuzu, so I'm assuming Melinda.
I would imagine that's, again, a show I haven't watched.
Pink-haired girl. Yeah, Yuzu is a very...
Talk about it.
Yeah.
Tell us your feelings.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's a pink-haired girl.
Because so I'm sure Melinda's a very big Yuzu fan. Yuzu was great, man. The first 52, until she left with Yugo for Synchro, she was amazing. And even when she did, honestly, her downfall started when she dueled Yuri, and she had been a really interesting character at that point. And people forget this because everyone says, oh, Yuzu throughout the entire standard arc until they got to Synchro, she was amazing. Really, right before she was saved by Yugo, she duels Yuri. And Yuri was, you know who Yuri is.
Yeah, he was actually, when I watched a couple episodes with you, he was probably my favorite character.
He was a
huge shock there. I like villain.
Great character. And she duels Yuri, and she gets beaten so badly by Yuri. Some of you might forget this. They didn't even show the duel. All they showed was her running away from Yuri, running away from the duel, hiding behind like a wall, crying hysterically because she knew she wasn't even on this guy's level. And it made Yuri look great, but at what cost? They didn't even show any duel. She didn't even hold her own ground.
Ouch.
That was a very disappointing moment for Yuzu. And honestly, from that moment on, it just went downhill. She got killed she almost got killed by Sergei, literally thrown through a building. And since then, every main girl that has just lost in a humiliating way. Yuzu thrown through a building. Aoi gets face planted by Spectre. Even her first duel against Playmaker, she falls to the ground off of her board.
When she was a charisma duelist.
And she was possessed. And then against Soulburner, she gets shoved into a wall. Like, every loss she has is a brutal, physically
violent.
And that all started when Yuzu lost to Sergei. So it's a shame what happened with her. But really, that Yuri duel was
they
one
really
of the...
don't treat women well.
No,
it's like,
no.
It's like a shades of domestic violence 101 in these shows. I mean, who the hell is creating this?
I don't know. But, I will say... A lot of people, would love to see a girl lead for Yu-Gi-Oh! 7. It's just not going to happen. But I will do a video on it. I'd love to see it. It's my number one want. It's just not going to happen. The only way it happens is if it's like Yugi Moto's daughter, and it's a girl character connected to a pre-existing character.
But I'll still take that.
Oh, I would love that. Oh, I'd have no issues with that at all. I'd love that. Or twins. That's another option. But Melinda, thank you for the comment. Sorry for that mini rant. Appreciate the donation.
Our buddy Kenny is here. Kenny Folks is watching.
Oh, Kenny.
He wrote lovely to me. Thanks, Kenny. Mets suck. So thanks, buddy.
Thank you, Kenny. The After Dark one will be with the Big Whiff DJ tomorrow night, so I'm sure that one, it won't sound like we're speaking gibberish, and hopefully you tune in. Kenny's a good real-life friend of ours, lives in New York.
Who still has been trashing me about being a Mets fan for the last, 10 years or so?
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm wearing the shirt. I didn't even realize that, so that was probably...
It's a shot at both of us. I do love that Alonso shirt. It's really
yeah, thank you. Thank you for stopping by, Kenny.
All right, so we'll jump back in. Matthew Kenny donated another $5.
Thank you, Matt.
And he said, you think there is going to be any romantic relationship between characters like Aoi Yusaku?
No, I don't. We might get a couple more hints at it, but I
honestly be cool if they didn't do it.
I'd be cool if they didn't, or if they did it in a good way. Like, the way to do it in a good way.
I love their bench scene.
Bench scene was very sweet. Maybe you have another scene like that towards the end, where like Aoi like puts her hand on Yusaku's.
Where are you going with this?
And okay, I'm not going anywhere like PG-13. Just like puts her hand on Yusaku's, then maybe Yusaku like cracks a little bit of a smile. Aoi blushes and then she walks away. And like that's the last episode. I think something like that would be nice. I don't want something where
I wouldn't even like something like that. Doesn't even have to be a physical touch. Maybe she like looks at him and goes, "Hey, like, would you like to get a coffee or something?"
And
they go to,
and he says yes, and they walk.
And they go to Kusanagi's truck.
Okay, well,
that's where they're getting coffee and a hot dog.
And so the show ends.
I would be cool with something like that.
Well, actually, we're making it full circle here. Kusanagi's truck isn't parked, and the one scene in the opening where he's driving like a maniac to get to a location is because Yusaku called him and said, "Hey, I have a date. You gotta bring the truck over."
That'd be super pissed then.
So that
Jesus Christ.
Well, he's pissed because, Jin, he wanted Jin to be with Aoi. Anyway, enough about that. Matthew, I wouldn't mind seeing it as long as it's done in the right way. I don't think we will get it, though, personally. But we'll see. You never know. But thank you for the donation, dude. You're great. Appreciate it.
All right, we'll go back up to the top here. Photon is here.
Oh, Photon.
And Photon donated $5 and said, "Let's be honest, Blue Maiden only survived because I wants to see the Topologina Nabi since Bandor also survived. Hello, guys. Hope you're all doing great."
Thank you. We are doing amazing.
Thank you, Photon.
Yes, Photon, you're great. Topologina Nabi. We got to make that "Call Me Nabi" song. Me and Caliber do.
You need to make the song. Caliber's a great singer.
He's a great singer. Yeah,
and also, I think it'd be a solid parody.
I think it would be. Yeah. So "Call Me Nabi." Hopefully, we do see it. I think it would be actually really funny if she does play a card.
Right,
Call Me,
and they'd be like, "Oh, you actually had it this whole time."
Or
I
if
was right.
Call Me Nabi's the one that defeats I, that would even be better.
Because it would be funny, but also at the same time, it'd just be like, "Wow, that's really what beat him."
Yeah,
was that card?
That'd be great. So thank you, Photon. It'd be great to see it.
Oh my God, the stuff from this chat.
I love it, man. You guys are great, man. You give me life. You keep me young. Do you have any more donations?
We have a lot more. So you want to keep going?
Yeah, we'll just keep going.
Stardust Nobody's here.
Sam. So Sam makes the thumbnails for the series. Also, he wins every single Patreon pack giveaway.
Like
he won the last one too. I did one last night, and he won another pack.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Of course he did.
You have a 1 in 7 because I have 70 patrons, which is insane.
Right.
You have a 1 in 70 chance of winning.
Yeah.
He's won, I think, like 4 of the last 5.
Tell the fans the truth. You're rigging it. It's Sam wins.
No, I'm not rigging it. Although at one point I pulled a blank piece of paper. I don't know how that got in there. But anyway, Sam, great dude.
He donated $3.
Thank you, man.
And he said, "Boys, favorite anime?" ? Also, favorite anime character ?
So for me, it's tough.
You want to go first?
Well, my favorite anime is Code Geass. I'll think about my character, but
Okay.
you can go.
Probably Dragon Ball Z, and probably Vegeta. That would probably be that. But there's a lot in there. I mean, I've really been enjoying Yusei.
Do you plan? Oh, you like Usain 5Ds?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
great. Yeah, Sam will like that. I'm pretty sure.
You
Usein's
called
his
that though. You
favorite.
said I was gonna like him. So.
I mean, it's hard not to like. You got to watch Code Geass too. That's a great show.
Yes, a lot of people have told me to
Yeah.
watch Code Geass.
Even people at your work have told you.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
that's
a lot
awesome.
of-
It's a very popular
There's a
show.
lot of freaking weebs there, man.
There's a lot of my favorite kind of weebs are the closet weebs that
Yeah,
like
and then
pretend.
they like hear you overhear you saying something. And they're like, "Wait, hold on, you watch anime?"
Yeah,
And I'm like,
exactly.
Wait, you watch anime?
and then it's just full blown just convo.
Just massive nerd.
Oh, it's
stuff
great.
going
It's
on.
great. Yeah, it's amazing. Favorite character? It's probably
We're putting you on the spot, buddy.
Lelouch from Code Geass. Like he's great. Although I loved Decim from Death Parade. Actually, I don't even know if you can see that poster. The main character from Death Parade, the guy, not the girl. Although the girl Chiyuki, I think was her name. She was great too. But Decim was a phenomenal character. Soul Eater, I like Maka a lot too. Although Soul Eater, I hope they go back and they do what the manga did instead of the anime for Soul Eater, because the anime ending was a little bit meh. But yeah, it's probably Lelouch or Decim. It's probably one of those two for me. But Sam, thank you for the donation, dude. Great guy. Great dude.
A lot of great people here tonight.
There is. There always is. I mean, I'm very blessed.
Great community.
A lot of amazing
Speaking
people.
of being blessed, you better start bowing at this point. Anonymous Anime Lover is back. She donated another $40.
Oh my God, anonymous.
And she said,
Jesus
everything
Christ.
topics, : This is for your table and pool party. Enjoy for me. Coming manga, are you still reading it? Open wall space, any plans, ? And then ban spell magic cards video, ?
So
She said, say hi to Nikki T, Calibro, and Jordan for me. We will do that. Thank you, Anonymous.
we will do that. Jesus, anonymous, thank you so freaking much.
You better bow, but
I mean, yeah. I mean, really. I mean, Jesus, you're insane. Thank
lovely,
you.
lovely human being.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Pool party. I really want that to happen.
I know.
I
Maybe
might
we
try
can
to
have some
schedule
the,
it
some
end
of
of
the fans
August.
over, meet
I
everybody.
think it would be really cool.
Like
yeah.
like a chill meet and greet kind of.
Yeah, I
thing?
think it would be really awesome. I might
be
try to
great.
schedule that end of August. But banned spells card is coming. I promise you. I've been very slacking on it. Honestly, this whole year, I have not been putting out a lot of like top 10s and a lot of scripted videos. I need to get better with that. So I do
It's gotta come
apologize.
through inspiration though.
It does, yeah. And honestly, like I've spent more time doing these live streams than I have the scripted videos. And so I need to get back to making scripted content. Like the Yu-Gi-Oh! References video that I did, I think that's doing actually really well. I think we're close to like 60,000 already, and we weren't even at 59 like a few days ago. So thank you for all the support the channel's been receiving. But the banned spells video is definitely coming soon. And yeah, you're awesome, Anonymous. If you ever have any specific video idea, you can absolutely send it over to me. I mean, you're basically like an Egyptian god to your Patreon at this point with how much you donate. So please feel free to shoot me a DM on Twitter. But thank you so much, Anonymous.
Shadow Realm also came in here and he said, Sam should have went to Vegas with Cal.
Sam should have. Yeah.
That would have been a
His
very
luck.
interesting fun.
Well, Sam, I don't believe Sam is not illegal for Vegas. He's not 21.
Anything happens
So,
in Vegas.
well, that's true. Actually, you could probably go.
You probably sneak it in.
Yeah, you probably could.
Sam,
I guess.
are you up for that?
Well, the age in Australia is probably 18, right, for gambling and.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, pretty much anywhere. I mean, in Italy, you could be drinking like 12.
Is gambling 21 here, or is it 18? It's 21, right?
In this state,
Yeah.
it's 21.
In Vegas, it's 21.
I would imagine so.
Yeah. Did you
Pretty-
say in Ireland you can drink when you're 12?
No, in Italy, you can drink when you're like 12. It's part of the culture over there.
Yeah, it's just different.
You know, you're drinking wine at dinner with the adults. Like, it's just
Yeah.
a normal thing, you know, and it says it's supposed to be good for you or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Oh, my God. You guys are killing it tonight.
Jesus.
And Nicholas Horton's here and donated €2.
Thank you, Nicholas.
He
And
said-
Nicholas, it's like 3 a.m. for him. He's in England, I'm pretty
Is
sure.
it? You know what? Thank you. I appreciate a fellow, insomniac over there saying that. he said opening 3 visuals have gotta change at some point.
I mean, I'm glad I'm not the only one that thinks that.
I
I'm
agree.
telling you, someone actually tweeted to me and they said, I freaking hate ending 5. I skip ending 5. I don't think it's that bad of
I don't
a
think it's
song.
that bad.
But some people hate that ending. And, music's subjective, so that's completely fair point. And they said, please tell me when it's going to end. I didn't write back. I should have. I'm horrible at replying to tweets and just replying to messages in general, as you can attest.
Yes, he really is.
But I think the ending and the opening are going to change in October. I've been steadfast on that, and I think we will have opening 4 and ending 6 to carry out the rest of the show until March. That's what I believe, the last 6 months.
It's gotta. I mean, we've been through literally most of all the images in the opening.
Besides Playmaker versus I and besides Soulburner versus Revolver, that's
we're
it.
through everything.
That's it. So, thank you for the donation.
A
though,
lot
Nick.
of people said legal in other places. The lottery age is 18. That's basically gambling.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people saying that.
It's 18. Well, come to America. It's 21.
Someone, Dreary did say, I love ending 5. And
I like it.
And so did Kami. So
Okay, good.
People
So-
do like it.
I think it's definitely the most polar ending.
Yeah,
Where
at this
I
point
think
in
I
this
think the
show.
first 4, especially Glory, a lot of people said, yeah, it's a good ending.
Yeah.
Ending 5, it's a lot more, I like it a lot, or I hate this ending.
Yeah, I really don't have any disdain
No.
for it. Like, I enjoy it. It's not my
And
favorite.
the visuals aren't like special, but the visuals on endings usually are not
Are
special.
usually not that special.
So I'm okay with
Then
that.
we have the one where, a few. What was it? The last one where the cards were breaking and it was all like cards falling or whatever. Wasn't that one where it was just like they're all like guiding through like space or whatever, and there was like all these cards flipping around? Wasn't that one?
That
of
might be
those?
the beginning of opening 3.
Was it?
I think so, yeah.
It was one of those, and sometimes it just doesn't look that great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Matthew Kennedy came back. He donated another $10.
Jeez,
He
thank
said
you, Matt.
theory. Right,
Okay.
so get ready.
I'm ready for this.
As I is finishing his master plan, he uses all of the consciousness data from the people, like Blood Shepherd, Spectre, and Akira, and brainwashes them to duel the main characters to stall them. What do you think about that?
I like that. The only reason that I feel like that would be almost like a waste of time is because realistically, would anyone actually think that they're going to beat Playmaker, Soulburner, or Revolver?
Probably not, but again, he said to stall.
To stall, well, right. So I think if it lasted maybe like 1 or 2 episodes and they were quick duels, or you only showed us like 10% of the duel, then I wouldn't have an issue with it. But if you're showing us full duels, then it's like,
Then
all
you
right.
run into a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, because they're just going to lose again. We know what's going to happen. That being said, though, Matt, I think it would be kind of cool. And I think that if we didn't see those characters duel fully already, then I think it would be a little more worthwhile.
I feel like in the one
But
way,
to see evil versions of like Akira and Emma,
it'd be cool.
It would be
Because
cool.
especially if like I can like get them to say like really like nasty things like Akira to Aoi or something like that. That'd be cool. But also at the same time, Matt, you have to consider, and I like the theory. Does it diminish those characters, right? Now we're just using them as just brainwashed pawns. We're just throwing out there to easily be defeated.
Which, to a degree, it's almost like that question: how much more disrespect can they get?
Especially to Spectre.
Because they've already...
This poor man,
Yeah.
are you kidding me?
I'm telling you, something happened with this VA. I mean, I really do believe that. But
Yeah,
it's
might come
not a
after
bad
the show.
it's not a bad theory though, Matt.
No, I enjoy it. It'd be interesting.
It would be interesting. Thank you for the big donation too. I
You
appreciate
could thank him
it.
again because he came back with $5.
Thank you, man.
And he said follow up like
Okay.
Spectre and the Knights versus Revolver, and Akira and Ghost Girl versus Aoi.
That's the
Blood
matchup.
Shepherd versus Soulburner, or Go versus Playmaker.
See, those would be perfect matchups.
Very good matchups.
I think
Like
all of
a
those
lot.
matchups are amazing. And I think if you
Especially the Akira Ghost Girl versus Aoi.
yes, and if those duels all started at the same time and you just quickly flash to the flashing
Like over
points of
maybe
them,
2-3 episodes.
2-3 episodes, I'd be perfect with that.
That'd
If
be
you're going to take 8 or 9 episodes to show every single
And
duel
don't do
stretched
them
out,
one at a time.
no, yeah, do them all at the same time. Then I'd be really on board for that. Because, like, sure, you can make the argument like, oh, well, all those characters are just going to lose again, but they're not going to get much more respect at this point, right? Like, losing again, does it really take their character that much further down?
I guess not.
Not
but
to me.
still, like,
Sure, that's like-
someone
that's
like
a-
Ghost Girl or Blood Shepherd lose again is just like, oh, come on.
But in the way it builds up, I mean, really the only one...
Do you need to build up the big trio? Have
Well,
they not been built up enough?
But the only character that would do
Aoi.
wonders for is Aoi. If Aoi's able to beat like an evil
Yeah,
Emma
well,
and
with
Akira.
our luck, she'll probably lose the brainwashed characters. So That's right. What will happen at this point?
She's the only one.
Brainwash Spectre comes back and wipes the floor with her. That would be our luck in this show. Poor Owie, man. Justice for Owie, guys.
Oh man. She beats Emma and Akira, but Spectre.
But Spectre just brainwash Spectre just wipes the floor with her.
Holy
That's
shit.
his one key moment for the rest of the show.
Man, that'd be amazing. Oh god, it'd be something they'd do too.
It would be.
Jesus.
It
But
really
Matthew, good theory, man. I liked it.
You want to keep going?
Yeah, how many do we have? A lot more? Or just a couple more?
There's like 7 more.
All right,
8 more.
Jesus, guys, you guys are
They
free.
keep coming, buddy.
Yeah, all right, we'll bang them out.
Goosey Q is here.
Oh, Goose.
Yeah.
Goose.
He donated $5.
Thank you,
Goose.
dude.
And he goes, what's been a scene you have seen so far that you liked from the shows that you watched outside of Reigns? And then he wrote Pete, ? Hope you guys are staying hydrated from the heat.
Yes.
Yeah, we're trying. I tried to do that at work. Scene and like a YuGiOh show outside of Reigns? Ooh, that's kind of tough.
Or I guess anything. He didn't specifically
Yeah,
ask
I guess he
Yu-Gi-Oh.
didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Scene that you've liked so far outside of Reigns.
Well, for me, it's or maybe does he mean outside of Link Reigns?
It could mean that. It just says outside Reigns. I mean, outside, if we pick outside Link Reigns, it's actually, believe it or not, it's been the Pandora Eye duel on top of the jet. I really like the scenery. I like everything that happened.
He probably means outside of Yu-Gi-Oh! Reigns. For me, I just was watching or listening to when Yusei beat Haldor and in the 3-on-3 where he uses Odin's Eye, the trap trick mirror to use Odin's Eye and get past the Nordic gods. Dude, that whole scene, and Galahorn removes the god. Dude, that whole scene is phenomenal. The last 3 minutes of that duel when Yusei's theme kicks in, it's on YouTube, by the way, so you can look it up. It's an amazing 3 minutes. That's a classic. I mean, there's so many great Yu-Gi-Oh scenes. I could go on.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh scene so far, probably the one of my most impactful ones in the original Yu-Gi-Oh is that short little scene there between Pegasus and Bakura.
Where they're dueling with
and he just completely wipes the floor with them after we built up Pegasus all that time. And Bakura just comes in and goes, "Yeah, you're weak from the last duel. Bye."
Yeah.
So that for Yu-Gi-Oh, I'd probably say that so far.
Now, do you know what happens in the manga?
No. I do not. Please don't ruin anything.
Okay, I won't say
anything. Is it going to spoil like parts of the show?
So that's where really the timeline splits massively.
So is it majorly different in the manga?
It's pretty different.
Wow. Okay. See, I hate when they do that.
No. So the fight is the same with the eye, but then the result of what happens to Pegasus is majorly different.
Does he die?
In the manga?
Yeah.
He does.
What?
Yeah.
Does he ever come back in the manga?
No, he's dead.
What?
That's why in Dark Side of Dimensions, because that movie is a sequel to the manga events, Pegasus isn't in the movie. He's dead.
Damn.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
oh my god, that's crazy.
Yeah, he
I
dies
like
in the
that
manga.
They kept him alive though. That would have been really sad.
Yeah,
he's one of my favorite villains.
Yeah, they find him and he's just dead.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's
if we pick anything outside Yu-Gi-Oh, I mean there's a million scenes. If I want to be a nerd, probably the end of season 1 of The Flash when Barry's talking to his mom when he goes back in time. Spoiler alert, it was 4 years ago. Yeah, it's probably one of my favorite scenes. Almost brought me to tears. Just the relationship he has with his mom if we're outside of Yu-Gi-Oh. If we're talking
outside of Yu-Gi-Oh, the end of Code Geass, phenomenal.
Love
That whole last
Love
5 minutes.
that scene.
I
I mean,
me up.
we could sit here probably all day and talk about some scenes.
Now, you know when Bandit Keith duels Joey and Bandit Keith charges Pegasus and then he gets dumped out of the castle?
Yes.
So do you want to know what happens in the manga?
Yeah, sure. I'm probably going to rewatch it all with the subs since someone wants me to
Right,
watch
but
it with
so
the
in the
sub
sub, it doesn't change
Okay.
anything. So Pegasus.
So the sub and the manga are closely related, or
No,
that's still
really,
different too.
it's pretty. They're all 3 versions are vastly
Damn,
different.
man.
So yeah, it's crazy how much they changed it. So in the manga, Keith runs up to Pegasus and he holds a gun to Pegasus's head.
Okay.
And then Pegasus inflicts a penalty game on him with his eye.
Okay.
And so Bandit Keith's hand turns into a gun, and he has to play Russian roulette with himself, and he shoots himself in the head.
My
and
God. Stardust Nobody said, don't forget to mention that Bakura rips out the eye from his skill and licks that shit.
Yeah, that's true.
He wanted to remind you
Yeah.
of that.
Well,
as
he rips out the eye in both. It's just you see it more in the manga.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
in
The manga, man, just always dark, man.
yeah, well, that's why a lot when you look at the Duel Monsters anime, you look at it and you say, yeah, they kind of nick some of the well, maybe I guess cool is a subjective word, but they kind of nick some of the more intense stuff, and that's why the Duel Monsters, especially, and they added 2 filler arcs that did not do it for me at all. So
In the manga.
yeah, no, in the anime,
Oh, in the anime?
yeah. So The Duel Monsters anime, for me, it hasn't aged extremely well, especially as I've gotten more into the manga, but it still holds up as a good anime.
It's like always when you read the original source material of a comic book, of a book that was adapted to a movie. 99% of the time, the book, the comic, always going to be done better because you have more time to flesh out characters.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what happens.
So, but thank you for the donation, Goose.
Yes, one of the tragic examples of that, among other things, was the last Airbender movie, where they tried to squeeze the entire season 1 into like a 2-hour movie. Yes, there was many problems with that, but oh Jesus, that script!
Yikes.
Oh my God, I got to do a video on that one day. Underdog Chris is here.
Oh,
And
Chris.
he donated $5.
Thank you, dude.
And he said, "What if I creates a tournament called the I Games in I Land, where the winner fights I?" Also, people keep forgetting Yuzu versus the security after Surrogate. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, didn't she duel the security with Sora? Or no, that was Shun. That was a great
That's
scene.
something I can't help you out there with, buddy.
Yuzu versus security.
After Surrogate.
That definitely wasn't a one-on-one.
Help us out, chat. Help this man.
I vaguely remember that. I barely remember that. So that's my bad. Yeah. Whenever I say that, I usually mean like one-on-one duels, because like if it's tag duels, it's a little different.
Kami and Sly both said it was with Sora.
Okay, it was
more-
with Sora.
does
Yeah,
that
so
more
it
ring a
was with
bell?
Sora. Yes. Okay. So that's why, like I always say, like she didn't have any one-on-one duels. But it was with Sora, and Sora also dueled with Shun. Or no, not with Shun, with Tsukikage. Tsukikage saved Sora. That's what it was. That was an amazing moment. Right? Am I remembering that right? I think I am. Oh no, Sora saved Tsukikage. That's what happened after Sora killed Tsukikage's brother. Yeah,
Yuzu and Yugo reversed the sector security.
I remember that.
The
Yeah.
return of good Sora, people are saying, and then spoken anime. Everyone's just saying, "Oh my bad," because everyone was talking about it.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. So that's that.
Cool.
Melinda Phantom is back. Donated €3.
Thank you,
And
Linda.
said, "I love Yuzu a lot, but now I am sleeping night."
Go to bed, Melinda. Go to
You
bed.
said that earlier.
Yeah,
and
you
then
said
he
that
came
30 minutes
back.
ago, Melinda.
Thank you, Melinda, for
Thank you so
stopping by.
much. Please sleep soundly. Thank you.
Do you know where she is? What time is it?
If she's doing Euros, it's got to be at least 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning.
Louise, you guys are great.
Yeah, seriously.
Mr. Kenneth Folks donated 99 cents.
Oh, Kenny, thank you so much,
So
dude.
no message, just donated that. So
Hey,
thank you for
Thank you,
supporting the
Kenny.
channel.
Yeah, you're a great dude, man. Thank you. Hope to have you on one of the After Dark podcasts.
Sav also donated 99 cents, no message.
Thank you, Sav. I appreciate that, man.
Okay. Elizabeth W. is here.
Oh, Liz.
Hey, Liz, how are you?
Great gal.
She donated $5.
Thank you, Liz.
And
Thank
she
you.
said, with YuGiOh VRAINS getting closer and closer to the ending, what do you think are the odds at this point of Yusaku losing a duel? Just curious. Pretty slim to none, in my opinion.
Give a percentage.
That he loses?
Yeah.
15%.
Yeah,
15% chance he does.
I'd say about 20%.
And the only one is against I.
And
That's the only person that can beat him.
Completely agree, and it sucks because going into this season, what did I keep saying? I said Playmaker's losing to I. The second we found out that this mystery character of season 3 was I, Playmaker is losing to I. As long, and this was the big clause, as long as that duel takes place immediately when the season starts. Immediately.
And it didn't.
And what has happened? We've gone
10
4 months.
episodes or so.
Yeah, we've gone about, okay, maybe not 4 months, but like 3 months, 2.5 months. No sign of Playmaker versus I.
I mean, he literally hasn't even dueled.
No sign of it. And unless that duel happens before the end of like August or the mid-September, he is not losing that duel. It is going to be way too late in the show.
Yep.
And if he loses that duel, then what happens? The Ignis take over the world. Is there enough time to build
Revolver
Playmaker?
saves the day.
Or Revolver wins, which I wouldn't mind seeing
Totally
that.
cool with that.
So I think the chances are 20%. I don't think it's dirt low. I'd love to know if other people in the chat are.
Yeah, guys, put down your percentages here. And I'll
What
read
do you
some
think
of them out.
the chances are that Playmaker loses? 0 to 100%. 100 being he'll definitely lose. 0 being he definitely won't lose. I said 20. You said 15. Great
Yeah.
question though, Liz.
So as they come in, I will
Just read them off.
definitely
Yeah.
read them out here. I just want to copy this one donation here from these lovely people.
Thank you guys.
You guys are really hitting up the chat.
Yeah,
tonight,
Jesus,
so it
guys.
is moving fast.
Thank you so much.
I think I'm handling it so far.
You're doing good, dude. You're doing well.
yeah,
You're doing better than Cal. bro.
That's it. Maybe I should take this job from him. Matthew Kennedy is back. He donated the $2.
Thank you, Matt.
And he said, do a flash forward with Yusaku and how we have a kid. Yeah, I don't know how that would fit into the story, but that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, you know what? And that'll be the Yu-Gi-Oh! 7
Oh,
I
you
missed.
missed it.
That'll be the Yu-Gi-Oh! 7 Pro Tag. out
It's
in
their kid.
Isaku's kid. Yeah.
I would be cool with that.
I wouldn't mind the family lineage. Yeah, that they've never really done that in Yu-Gi-Oh. That's why I think it would be cool if like Yu-Gi-Oh 7 is like the kid of Seto Kaiba or the kid of Yugi Moto. I think that would be really cool. They've never done that though. I don't think that they want, well, except for the Arc 5 manga. I don't think that I don't think
that ending.
I don't think that well, you don't know. They went a step further and they confirmed it, like the Yoshida who
Came
wrote
out and said, "Hey, that was his mom."
essentially, yeah, because then he posted a picture of adult Yusho, and then the Yu babies.
It
like
wasn't
the
them
kids.
doing like anything inappropriate.
No, it was just them
already getting
sitting
hella
on
creepy as
sitting
well.
on like a bench or something. But Yuzu was like
Yeah, when
holding
you told
baby
me about
Yuya.
that, that's one of the weirdest things.
Yeah, you know.
Classic anime.
yeah.
People are coming in. 0%, 30%. Kami said 0%.
Yeah.
Shadow Realm, just to make me mad, said 100%. Naoki wins. Red Hammer came in 1%, 30%, 0, 40, 10, 90.
Wow. Who said 90?
That was Satu Mazuki.
Okay. Okay.
30%. Kami then wrote plot armor. Jared Punch said 10 and 0. 7%, 1%. Let's see. 30%.
I'd say the average is probably about 15 when you balance the
Bowler
zeros.
Man goes 454%. so that was pretty good.
I think a lot of 30%.
Yes. It seems like we're in the low realm for the most part with everybody. So thank you guys for filling that in.
Yeah, thank you guys. And thank you, Matthew, for the donation.
Nicholas Horton also said, Pete, the time here is 3:32 a.m. So, Nick, thank you very much for being up with us right now.
You're a great dude. Thank you, man.
Oh, we have another donation.
By the way, a lot of people have been asking if I'm still going to be doing a Jump Festa live stream with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
That is 100% still on. Just because we have news, we don't have any info.
That's going to be a crazy 10 hours.
Yeah, even if we get a little bit of info, we're going to get more info. I think that breaks YouTube's.
We're popping champagne.
Well, that's what sucks because if Yu-Gi-Oh 7 got announced, I told you that I was gonna bring champagne
bottles. What if we
bottles.
act like we just heard it for the first time and we pop it anyway?
Okay, that's fine.
All right, we'll do
That's
something
fine.
like that.
Yeah, we'll pop it.
we'll
But
play
don't tell
your-
Calibro.
All right.
Because I'm gonna let you know you can put on goggles.
And he's not
so
gonna have
no,
any?
I'm gonna dump it
Oh,
right
he
on his
just
head.
get-
Yeah.
Well, you know what he's used to that. He just had a whole weekend in Vegas. He was drunk for 5 straight days, so he doesn't know what's happening. Love you, Cal.
He's not watching.
No, he's not watching. Hopefully he's sleeping. He has work tomorrow. He has to recover. Liz Folks, which is Kenny's wife, donated
Liz.
$2.
Gee,
So
Liz, thank you.
No message, but thank you very much, Liz, for upping Kenny
Liz,
by $1. Appreciate that. Appreciate that very much. Thank you, Liz.
Liz, we would love to have you on as well. We'd love to have the folks on. You guys can talk about how it is to have a be married. I think that'd be cool, right?
Yes. You know,
Marriage is a foreign concept to us.
yeah,
But it's crazy to
one of
think
the only
that-
people in our group.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy to think that someone we were best friends with is married. Like that's nuts. When you really take a step back and think about it, like that's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
So I think it would be a cool
It's a
perspective.
whole different lifestyle.
Yeah, I think it would be really
It
cool.
seems like a
so
very good one.
Liz, seriously, thank you so much.
Thank you very much for
and
watching,
accept
guys.
my follow request on Twitter, by the way. I sent it like
that's a
I
shout
sent
out
it like
right
8 months ago.
That's it. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to send her a Facebook request now. All right, Legendary Duels is here.
Oh,
He
legendary.
donated $10.
Oh, such
He
a
said,
good
"Hey
guy.
Pete, oh, it's one to me. Would you be interested in doing a collab with me sometime where we talk about how your experience has been watching Duel Monsters, GX, and 5Ds, and kind of compare how you feel about them?" I would absolutely love to do that. Me and Dylan are in the works with something here, so stay tuned for that. But yes, I would absolutely love to do that. I'm probably gonna go back since I've watched all these in the dub. And Dylan has been just convincing me to watch it in the sub.
Not convincing, suggesting.
Prodding, suggesting. So I'm probably going to rewatch everything. So yeah, if we took it from the beginning, I would love to do that. So
I can put you in
contact
contact.
me on Twitter. Find me on Twitter, Pete Vaccaro 21 on Twitter,
Legendary, great dude, great guy to work with.
and we can
too.
work that out. Yeah, I would. Yeah, you
Makes my thumbnails. Yeah, he's great.
Exactly.
Legendary, thank you so much, man.
FrostReaper 23 is here.
Great guy.
He donated $2, and he said Spectre got slapped the fuck out of the show. Tisk tisk.
Yeah, he did. He did. And again, I don't think it's because of poor writing for him. I think it's just more so that there was again an
there's no
issue with his
time.
VA.
And I think there's no time.
Yeah, that's so.
They just kind of.
But to not even give him a line of dialogue, that screams a little more to me that there's an issue.
Nothing. Like no one's come out and said, "Hey, his VA
No.
is sick."
No, he's still on Twitter. He's making tweets in kanji.
Don't they owe that to us to kind of say what the hell is happening to the
You will learn very quickly with this show and many anime that you do not hear a lot of behind the scenes news.
Not even after the show ends.
So the only reason that we knew there were production issues is because an Arc 5 animator tweeted about it. The tweets then got deleted, and then she worked on the first episode of VRAINS and then was never heard from again.
Oh, that's
so
good. They took her away in the YuGiOh Secret Service.
That's
That's basically what happened. They black bagged her. She's at some site in Japan.
Oh, yikes. Yeah. So, again, sometimes they'll speak out, or like the director of VRAINS has apologized for the recaps, but he never like went into detail as to
And it's
why they were
obviously
happening.
changed a lot.
It's changed. They've, especially the fact that Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's in production, they figured it out. Thank God.
At least in the U.S., when you have a lot of drama, right?
You
with a
hear
movie,
about it, yeah.
You hear about it. Sometimes
Leaks
it comes
are a
out
lot more
after
common,
the movie,
yeah.
and sometimes it comes out during production.
Yep, leaks are a lot more common.
I mean, I remember. Well, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Leaks in Japan are not as common, I don't think.
Which I would expect. I mean, that goes with the whole society. They're more closely knit, quiet. And all
Yeah.
that stuff. I remember with Justice League, one of the big things is when all that stuff happened with Zack Snyder, with his family, all the tragic stuff that happened, and he stepped down, and also quote unquote kind of got fired by WD. There was kind of a mix. Joss Whedon came in, and you could clearly see the difference between the reshoots, the scenes, everything, and it definitely has.
Justice League was bad, right?
Yeah, it wasn't great, and
I never saw it.
it has caused a split between a lot of people of what movie version would have been better to this day. So production issues exist all the time,
It's a shame, but
especially
it does.
unfortunately in the DC universe.
Yeah.
Brian Ford is back.
Thank you,
He
Brian.
donated another $5.
Thank you, dude.
And he said, "Do you think Playmaker will face Revolver again? I think it would be either the ceremonial duel or the duel right before the final eye duel. I would love to see them duel again.
I think they will. That's a duel we need to have happen again because it
I think-
hasn't happened
I-
since
I honestly-
1946.
Yeah, I think it is the perfect ceremonial duel.
Yeah, me too.
It's either that or I was always for that or
Playmaker versus Eye, yep.
But now that we're gonna almost 100% get that, give us Revolver Playmaker.
Yeah, I'd love it.
I
would love it.
I would love that.
Thank you, Brian.
Everyone, man, they are killing it tonight for you,
Jeez,
bro.
guys. Seriously, thank you so
Just
much,
keeps
guys.
Going and going and going.
I've had like a tough few days, so seriously, guys, making my
Yeah,
making
me
my
too.
day.
So thank you
Yeah,
very much.
Yeah.
Otis Cunningham is here,
Otis.
and he donated $5.
Otis, thank you so much.
He said
dude.
the only thing I will give the Pokemon anime over YuGiOh is that they treat their female characters better.
Sure, I've heard that. I know Serena
I've not watched,
and
but I have heard that.
XYZ was good from what people told me. The way I stay up to date on the Pokemon animes is I usually just watch like reviews from YouTubers. Dane was a big one. Templar74, I watched him a lot too. Back when Ash was supposed to win the league, and of course supposed to win the league, he didn't win the league. But which is kind of a meme. But yeah, I mean we're big Pokemon Go fans, so
We're, I would say, pretty huge Pokemon Go fans. We traveled
not
to
that
Chicago.
not that has anything to do with the anime, but
No, no, of course
we
not.
support the product.
Exactly.
We're not bitter about Pokemon.
Shiny
over
Rayquaza
here.
out now.
I'm excited for that.
It comes out tomorrow.
Yeah, slick black Rayquaza. That's
Yeah,
sick.
it's only out for like 5 days, so we got to really.
I think it's out till September 2nd.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay. So all right. So I misread that. I
Yeah.
thought it said August 2nd.
No,
So thank
so
God.
we got some time.
Okay.
Thank you though for Otis.
Shadowrun also wrote the ceremonial duel being Naoki versus Playmaker.
Shadow loves to troll you, man.
But he really does. Oh man. Blue Maiden 28 donated $2.
Oh, thank you.
And said, "Hey guys, glad to see y'all back.
Thank you, Blue Maiden.
Thank you very much for watching and having us back."
Yes, Blue Maiden. I don't know if that's the meme account. There's there's a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS accounts that are like
Is that many meme
that
accounts?
have to do with that are based off of characters from the show, but they're memes, like they make jokes all the time. And I know there is one for Blue Maiden. I'm not sure if that's the same person, but regardless, you're awesome. Thank you so much for the donation. And yeah, happy to be back. Hopefully we'll be back more consistently Saturday.
Been going through a lot of stuff with
Yeah.
him getting a new job,
Vacations.
and vacations, and
Yeah.
like it's summertime, so that happens.
It's summertime, yeah.
Okay, continue your bowing because anonymous anime lover is back. She
Jesus.
donated another $20, and she
Thank
said,
you so much.
She said, "Idea for a video: manga versus anime, Yuzu character analysis. Yes, I know the ending of Arc 5 manga is open ended with a unique twist. Good night, guys. Good night, anonymous.
Anonymous
Love you.
anime lover, good night. And I promise you, I will be working on that video, and I will have it out before the month of August comes to an end. I mean, this stream alone, I think you've donated like $150 or something.
Something around that. Let's
So
say.
I mean
can go back
that
to it.
is the least I can do. Thank you so much again for the absolutely generous donations, and I will be doing a Yuzu manga versus anime analysis. It'll be my first Arc 5 one. That's a series that I do every so often. The least I can do again. Thank you so much, Anonymous, and please please go to sleep.
She has donated a total of $140
I mean, in one stream.
in one stream.
Anonymous, you're freaking amazing. I promise you that video will be out on my channel before the end of August. Thank you so much.
You got to promise them the table too, man. The curved table.
Curved table.
They need it.
Well, right now I want clip-on mics. I don't know if I told you about that, but I
Yes,
want to
you
get
did tell
clip-on
me that.
mics so that these things aren't in the way. Of course, if you want to have a physical mic, if you're on the show, you can have a physical mic.
Right, but I think it would be an interesting upgrade.
Yeah.
Just to kind of free us, see our faces a little bit.
Yeah,
kinda
exactly. Talk more freely.
thing. Ooh, I don't want to miss you here, buddy.
Although some people like the mics because it gives them something to like talk to and like
Yeah,
kind of a comforting thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's like there, you could grab it a little
Yeah,
bit.
you're
stuff
hidden
like
a little
that.
bit. But for,
Exactly.
it's all good. We'll get used to it.
Yeah, the clip-ons will just be like we're on a sports show, so we'll really have to get used to that.
Yeah, each clip-on, like a good clip-on like XLR port, I think is going to be like 80 or 90, and I'm going to want to get
Maybe
like 6 or 7.
In case
So,
you have guests, obviously.
It'll cost like $600. But again, I mean, you guys make that
And
possible.
you're going to get that before the table, just because you can't find a good table.
And that's probably what's going to happen, yeah.
Not even on Amazon.
But you know
nothing?
what? If I get the clip-on mics,
Mm-hmm.
the big problem with this table is these things don't attach well to it. If I get the clip-on mics, I think this table might be okay. It might be passable
Yeah,
then.
I just think that the curved table will give more of a look, and it also spreads it out to hopefully more people.
we might have to like make a curved table.
We could.
Stream like an 8-hour workshop where we're making a
That's
table.
what we do for the Jump Fest stream. We're just building the table.
That'd be amazing.
That'd be great.
But anyway, thank you guys. Thank you, Anonymous. Thanks you everyone. Jesus.
XYZ Revive donated $10.
Thank you, XZ's Revive. I appreciate it.
Said, hey guys, love your live shows. Keep
Thank
up the
you.
amazing job. Not sure if anyone said it, but what if I's plan is to turn humans into AIs and revive the Ignis?
Yeah, I
That
didn't.
would be interesting. How
that's-
would he go about that?
That's an extra element. Maybe it has to do with like Soltis. I don't know. Maybe he
Soltis,
could.
or somehow he brings back the Tower of Hanoi and somehow that fits into the story.
Yeah, XZ's. Thank you for that very generous donation. Yeah, that'd be interesting. I mean, the only reason I don't think that's the case is because I said that his main goal doesn't have to do with the end of humanity, but it might just be a side effect from what he has to do to
He said
reach his goal.
intention is not to destroy.
So I think if his intention was to turn, as XZ suggested, into androids, then in a way that is destroying humanity. It's maybe not killing them,
Well,
but it's
destroying at least what people
it's
are, right?
destroying what makes humans humans. It is destroying humanity, essentially. So I don't think that's his main goal. Maybe that'll be a side effect from what happens, but it's definitely an interesting theory. Thank you so much, XZs, for the
That'd be
donation.
Really weird if he did something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe his ideas. I kind of got the idea of after what he did to Owie and spared her, right?
Right.
And did we talk about that? Where he literally just said, "Hey, I want you to suffer the grief that I have suffered from losing someone." Really dark stuff,
Yeah.
right? That's really messed up. What if his whole plan is to just make humanity feel, hey, you created these creatures, the Ignis, and you ripped them out of the world. Now everyone suffers the grief.
So,
What if
like,
that's his plan,
What, like he selectively kills one family member and everything?
right?
that'd be fucked, man.
Be dark, but
Jeez.
it would fit with his motive right
yeah,
now.
yeah. Like he wants everyone to feel the same pain. That'd be nuts, man. A lot of possibilities. That's why 112 is going to be a very interesting episode, which airs in like 8 hours. So that'll be interesting.
Someone also said, I'm sorry. No, it was Proxy Man. Said, isn't it worse sound quality to have clip-on mics?
You know, it's a good question, Proxy. That's why I'd have to buy one. I'd have to test it
out.
and see. These mics, you could buy 3 for $40. So like these aren't like high quality mics, but
No.
they sound good.
They sound really
This
good.
is about a $350, $400 mic. So I might still use this mic, but for everyone else, maybe clip-ons.
Well, you got to be better than us, so you got to make sure.
That's I don't. It's a good question, Proxy. That's why I have to test it. And like
Everything's tested.
I can buy a clip-on mic for like $20, but like that's why I want a more higher quality. Like an $80 microphone, clip-on or not, it should be good quality.
It should be.
Like that's a $15 microphone, not even.
Right.
Like an $80 clip-on should be good quality.
You would hope so for the money you would spend.
Yeah. So I got to do some more research on it, but it's a good point.
Photon donated $2 and said, which Yu-Gi-Oh villain would you both choose to be? Ooh.
Thank you, Photon. Pegasus. You can read people's minds. Which I don't know if that's like actually really something that I would want to do in real life.
It has its pros and cons.
But I think it's, because then you find out like what people actually think about you, which I'd rather stay
Especially
ignorant
people
on.
close to you.
Yeah, I'd rather stay ignorant on those things. But
It'd be cool.
if you were being a villain, like the hypothetical suggests,
It would help.
It doesn't matter what people think about you.
Exactly.
It would almost give you more of a reason to do evil stuff. Like if you have someone that you kind of like and you say something and they're like, oh, wow, he's being an asshole. Now all of a sudden you know how they feel. It kind of motivates you to really like go after them.
Or if you were trying to kind of interrogate someone for their secrets.
Well, that too. I mean,
now, boom, you have it right there.
Yeah, so it'd be Pegasus for me.
I would probably choose at this point because I'm not going to pick from really any of the other shows since I haven't finished them. But I'll pick from VRAINS since it's the one I've watched the most so far. Probably Bowman. Being able to connect to the internet and have massive control of a virtual reality world where you basically could create
He is the network.
He's the network.
Yeah.
I am VRAINS. Right? I mean, come on.
That's a good choice. That's a good question.
How can you not do that? I love that question, folks.
Thank you,
Thank
Photon.
you. Matthew Kennedy donated another $5.
Thank you so much, dude.
And said, all right, if the Ignis get revived, how do you think they will dress like? Will Lightning be in a formal suit wearing guy, or do you think they will dress, kind of differently?
I think they would definitely dress as their colors imply. So I think Flame would be in red.
Because I think some purple theme.
Lightning would be in yellow. I think Aqua would have blue hair and like a blue dress. And yeah, I think Lightning would dress up. Flame I could see being the good dresser. Flame I think is the sharp guy. I think he's the sharp looking dude in the group. But like that's why the prospect of it.
Voice too.
Yeah, the prospect of it is so exciting because you get like essentially 5 new character designs, and if they look half as good as I does as a human,
that'd be cool.
It's pleasing
to
to look
want them
at.
to look unique. I all want them to have different looks, obviously different colors.
It'd be cool though
hairstyles.
if there's one thing the same, it's the earrings.
I was gonna say that.
That'd be really
Yes,
awesome.
I would love
and
that.
Earth would be. I don't know how Earth would be. Or
would
Earth
probably-
would be. He'd be like a Gola. He'd be a bit on the heavier side.
It would
I think.
probably. I want him to have the most boring outfit possible. That's what I want him to have. Very plain. It's beige.
And like
something like that.
And like Aqua looks like gorgeous.
Yeah,
which would be
gorgeous.
really funny because those two were like
yeah,
at least Earth.
I would love that a lot, and he's still kind of infatuated with her.
Yeah, he would be. That'd be great, man. I hope it happens. I don't want to get my hopes up too much though, but
Virtually Road lightning earrings for the win. I would love those.
it'd be great.
This is Joseph Tudisco.
Tudisco, yes, awesome dude.
Donated $5 and said, "What are the odds that Soulburner synchro summons during his duel with Robapi?"
I think pretty good. Has Soulburner synchroed yet? I always forget which ones have synchroed.
I know he ritualed. I'm pretty sure.
Let us know if he's synchroed. I think synchro is he XZ is definitely. I think
definitely XZ.
I think synchro is the one method
I thought
he's
he
missed.
ritualed too.
And he fused. No, I think he did. I think synchro is the one method he's missing.
Okay, let us know, please.
So that's
and I'll read it
probably
out.
why the question was asked that way. I think it's possible. We should get some more Salomon greats.
Yeah. Someone earlier said they wanted a Link 5 Borreload.
That's possible. Matthew Kennedy probably said. I know Matthew Kennedy loves Borreloads.
I think we're kind of feeling that. I also
give all the characters.
Liked how Pandor had like versions of that deck of revolvers.
Oh
to
yeah,
kind of show that it's.
And we saw
Revolver's
Topologic Bomber, which was a monster that Revolver used.
Honestly, the one thing I would really look for if the Ignis get revived is I loved Wendy's deck of the Storm Riders.
Yeah.
So I would love to see that again.
We don't know. We don't know if that'll ever be printed in the game.
Yeah, you told me that, and I was like, oh man. That
Yeah,
really sucks.
some decks remain anime exclusive forever. Some get printed like 7 years later. Armadas Legio, which is Lightning's deck, and Hydra Drives. I think Hydra Drives have the best chance of being printed.
Everyone's saying he is not.
He is not. I was 99% sure. Well, 90% sure. Just wanted to check with you guys. I think it's possible. I think we should get some Salomon greats.
Virtually picking Lightning's deck over Wendy's. Ouch, that hurts. I love Lightning's deck.
I think a lot of people would probably. Actually, I don't know. You guys let us know. Lightning's or Wendy's. I'm actually curious.
I love both of them very, very much.
Lightning's is cool. I love that elephant, that Dux monster, that big elephant.
I just love the warriors he has too and the combinations he could do. It's
Yeah.
great. Let's see. Elizabeth W is back.
Thank you, Liz.
She donated another $5 and she said, Yu-Gi-Oh! 7 prediction. The events of VRAINS does not have an end. And instead, where VRAINS ends, it's resumed in the next series and connects with the others. How do you feel about that?
I would love it. I think that would be so cool. One of my biggest wants, besides having a girl lead for the new Yu-Gi-Oh!, something that I wish they did more in the past shows, is keep the continuity. You have so many universes established now in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Animes There's no need to create an entirely new universe. Keep that continuity. A big thing that brought a lot of people back into Arc 5 and back into Yu-Gi-Oh! Was, oh, Jack Atlas is going to be in Arc 5. Oh, Crow is going to be in Arc 5. A lot of people caught up on Arc 5 because of that. I remember that. I was in the community at the time, and the conversation skyrocketed after that, at least from my remembrance of it. So, and of course, a little disappointing that it wasn't the same characters, but if it's the same characters and it's the protagonists, I mean, imagine a show where you hear in episode 15, you get a news article in V-Jump, Yusei Fudo will be in Yu-Gi-Oh! 7, Jade and Yuki will be in Yu-Gi-Oh! 7.
That'd be pretty
People
crazy.
are going to go nuts.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's
There's a nostalgic factor alone.
yeah, and like, seeing those characters back would be incredible. So like, I would love that, Liz. I think it's a fantastic
Especially
idea.
that, like, right now we don't know where this is going, but let's assume there's 30 episodes left. You don't have to rush any ending.
Right.
Now, you could kind of just continue it from the next one,
Yeah,
right?
leave it open-ended. Have it be people that are like kind of related to the Lost Incident,
Right,
but
set
not.
it a couple years later,
Yeah,
maybe something
yeah.
like that. I think that'd be very interesting.
Yeah, I would love it.
It's a good job, Liz. I like that. Goosey Q came back and donated
Goose.
$2.
Thank you, dude.
And said Yu-Gi-Oh! 7 is the kids of all 6 shows like in Digimon.
I didn't know Digimon did that,
Yeah, I remember that.
but I am so down. Would it be oversaturation? Maybe.
A little bit, and you would have to. How
I wouldn't
could you
care.
focus on each one.
But then again, the counter argument to that point is they've already gotten their focus in the previous shows.
Okay.
Right? So like, okay, maybe Yuma doesn't get as many duels as Yusei. Well, guess what? Yuma got plenty of duels in Zexal. Or Yusei got plenty of duels in 5Ds.
True.
They don't need to be extremely focused on. You don't even need to build up these characters because we as the community have been familiar with them for 150 episodes.
But you still have to establish them in the new show. Why
Sure,
they're here, what
sure.
the purpose is,
But
the
you could,
connections.
but you don't need a you don't need a crazy amount of focus
no.
for that.
But at the same time, let's say there's someone, Ray, who liked me originally with VRAINS. They haven't watched the previous
That'll
shows.
be confusing.
You have to establish
Sure.
some kind of
Connection. Yeah.
You could leave
Yeah.
Easter eggs in for people like you or like most of the guys watching, guys and girls, people who watch all the shows, right? So you could be like, oh, that Easter egg's kind of like when you're watching a Marvel movie, right? Someone's read the comics, they'll catch more Easter eggs, right? But for the general fan, you have to establish some kind of continuity and backstory. That's
You're
something
right.
you have to do.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, it would be pretty crazy, but we'll see, Goose. Yu-Gi-Oh! 7, dude. I'm so freaking excited. Thank you for the donation, man. I
They
appreciate
keep coming,
it.
buddy. So you want to keep going?
I mean, we have to, right? Honestly, at this point, I might have to turn off donations and just finish out.
They are loving you. today.
Jesus, thank you guys
This is
so
fun,
much.
though. I'm having a lot of fun.
No, I'm having a blast. Thank you guys so
Brian
much.
Ford is back, donated $2.
Thank you, Brian.
And said, is there still no news on the VRAINS dub in the U.S.?
No news, which has been, I mean, I can't even tell you how much of a monumental disappointment that has been. I mean, we wanted to watch it. We
I
wanted
just
to
see some
react to
clips
it.
on Twitter
And I
I'm
know
like-
we can watch it. I'm aware that obviously it's the internet. You can watch anything on the internet.
But we're trying to do it legally.
I'd rather do it legally. And so it's been as I just said, a monumental disappointment because my friends over in Canada, a lot of them have said this has been one of the better Yu-Gi-Oh! Dubs in quite some time. And so, everything okay? Oh, you just got in the water? Appreciate it. Appreciate it, dude. This has been one of the better Yu-Gi-Oh! Dubs in quite some time. That's what a lot of people have told me. And so the fact that they just dropped the ball, I don't know how, in terms of not getting it out to us in the United States.
I feel like they're just doing it on purpose now.
I don't know. Again, Pyramid of Light, it aired after that movie. That movie was shown to us in March of 2018.
Right.
2018. Literally over 16 months ago. And the whole first episode, the whole first season is done. They're already in production on season 2, I would imagine. I don't know that for sure. How is season 1 not available for U.S.
I don't
viewers?
know. And I just want to watch it to just have some fun, see the differences. I've
Big
seen
disappointment.
Some interesting clips on Twitter.
Yeah.
So I would.
Oh,
really
it seems
love to
really
see that.
enjoyable. And like I have a lot of friends that are in it. You know, Daniel J. Edwards, Barrett Letty, Sam
All
Black.
legends of this channel.
Emily Kramer, a lot of really awesome
I'm
people.
kind of disappointed that Barrett's not here right now.
No.
He's not trolling us and making jokes.
Well, Barrett, he hijacked that whole stream with Nick T, where he got Nick T to do all those
yeah,
crazy
that
things.
was crazy.
That was
And
insane.
then Daniel J. Edwards, I mean, he's got that whole beef going on with Calibro. So.
Yeah, well, Daniel J. Edwards is going to kick his ass.
Oh, he's going to destroy it. I'm going to actually I'm going to fly specifically to Vegas just to put a lot of money down on Daniel J. Edwards.
But Brian, again, if there's any news on the English dub coming to the States,
Come here.
I will make a video on it, I promise. But Brian, thank you for the donation. It's definitely a shame.
Charizard said Hasbro should get the rights to the dub for the Yu-Gi-Oh anime.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Going back to donations, Odd Eyes Vaughn's here.
Oh, Devin, how you doing,
Donated
man?
$5, and
Thank
he
you.
said, "Do you know that the band who did Arc 5's fourth ending also did the opening for the new anime Fire Force? Who remembers speaking?"
Mrs. Greenapple. Mrs. Greenapple. I remembered the name there. I didn't remember the name until you said the song Speaking. By the way, ending 4 is incredible. And I'm pretty sure it's 5 dudes, and the band name is Mrs. Greenapple. That's what I love about music. You have some
Especially when you get in these foreign bands, Japanese bands. They don't care. They're just wild.
A great name, Mrs. Greenapple.
Great.
I've heard a lot about Fire Force, a lot of good things. I'll definitely check out the opening because I loved Speaking, one of my favorite endings of all time. And then Vision, Kuso, Inky, that was an amazing ending as well. So Arc 5 had some really good endings. But thank you for letting me know, Odd Eyes. I actually did not know that. Thank you for the donation.
Yeah, Jared said he loved the ending 4 for Arc 5.
Fantastic ending.
Bam 255019.
Oh,
It's here. Donate $2.
thank you, Bam.
I just found your channel yesterday, and I've been hooked.
Oh,
Well,
geez.
welcome to this.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. It always kind of like, I don't know how to word this without coming off as a dick, but like,
Okay.
dick probably isn't the right word, but that coming off as stupid, I think is the better word. Like, I have a lot, like a crazy amount of subscribers. Like,
Yes.
59,000 to me is absurd.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Like, my goal was
Very
5 or
humbling.
10,000. It's
Yeah.
absolutely humbling.
I remember when you started, buddy.
And so when people say like, yeah, you have a chance for 100,000, it's very hard for me to process that there's 40,000 other people out there that
Who
are
don't know.
Yu-Gi-Oh fans that don't know my channel because I'm
There's one.
like,
There's
yeah,
Bam.
exactly.
There's right there.
So like it's always very like heartwarming to know that there are like a lot of people still out there that don't even know who I am, and it's kind of exciting to think about that. Like there's still a lot more people to reach, and it's almost like limitless in a way.
Yeah, it's just sometimes
And-
people don't catch it on social media, and
Yeah.
then, hey, one video, like the timeline video, right, gets suggested to them on the sidebar, boom, they found your channel.
Yeah, and it's amazing. So that's why like that's a very big driving force for me. So Bam, welcome to the channel. I really hope you've been enjoying it, and thank you so much for the donation, dude. I hope you're having an amazing week.
Yeah, thank you for joining our very wacky, lovely family.
It's wacky, all right.
Oh, it's wacky.
I love it.
Joseph Tedusco is back.
Thank you, Joe.
Tedusco donated another $5 and said, "I plans to use Select Few Soltis and upload the Ignis data into them to bring back the Ignis and take over humanity," which is something we have talked about.
Yeah, I think that's.
And we believe, we could be dead wrong, but we believe it's going somewhere in that direction based on his grief and everything that's happened.
If someone held a gun to my head and said, "How is VRAINS going to play out?" That's.
That'd be the most random way that like a mugger comes up to you and it's just like, all right, take my wallet. No, I want to know how YuGiOh VRAINS ends. Tell me right now.
that would be my best guess. That's
That would
exactly
also be
it,
your
Joseph.
luck that happens.
Oh yeah, of
That's
course.
what the mugger wants to know.
God. But Joseph, I completely agree with that. Thank you for the donation.
Very interesting to see where the Soltis thing goes.
Yeah.
Brandon Gomez donated $2.
Thank you,
And
Brandon.
said, fantasy duel idea, Yuri versus Jaden.
That's a good duel. I'll jot that down. I got to get back to fantasy duels. One that my patrons voted on a millennia ago. And I think Sam Stardust Nobody actually made a thumbnail for it. He definitely did. Aki versus Asuka. Lead of 5Ds, lead of GX, arguably two of the best girl leads we've ever gotten, girl characters we've ever gotten in Yu-Gi-Oh! So that's one that I need to do next. Yuri and Jaden, though, would be really interesting. So thank you for that suggestion, and thank you for the donation. Appreciate it, Brandon.
Just copying another donation in here as they just keep coming
Jeez,
and coming.
guys. Yeah, thank you.
We're not getting any sleep tonight. But we love you guys.
Thank you. No, seriously, it's amazing.
Odd Eyes Vaughn donated another $10.
Thank you, Odd Eyes.
It
Generous
said,
donation.
no hate for Owie, but I dislike Owie trying to relate to I. I's race is extinct, and I has been alone for years. Owie isn't extinct, and she hardly even knew Aqua. I get her trying to reach out, but
So I agree from that perspective that she definitely did not know Aqua as well as I. I mean, not even
What
close.
was she with her? A couple weeks?
Right, exactly. But I still do believe that Owie knows what loss is. I mean, she's lost both sets of her parents.
Parents lost Akira again.
Right. You messed.
For the record, that was in, and there's so much water balls in there it bounced out. For the record.
But I understand. I think that was hit or miss for a lot of people because I saw a few people on Twitter that didn't like that. I personally
I liked it.
I liked it not from the perspective of, oh, I know Aqua as well as you do. Like, I love Aqua. I completely agree with you, Odd Eyes. But I still feel like Aoi knows what loss is.
Right.
Now, while Aoi is not, it's not like she's lost everyone. She still has Akira by her side while she's making these statements. She's lost Emma. And again, maybe Aqua probably was, I was probably closer with Aqua than she was Emma. But like, she's lost her parents. I mean, losing your parents has to be very tough. And she's dealt with
depression, how making friends has been difficult for her. Look how hard that bench team was with Yusaku. Like,
I think Ai's situation is definitely way tougher.
It's way tougher, but I think I understand where you're coming from, Devin, there, of saying that, like, all right, she doesn't have the relation to Aqua. However, in that moment, like you say, she understands everything that he went through. And I think that she was just trying to connect to him almost on a human level. Yeah. Right? I know, obviously.
Almost like a therapist would try to.
I'm just like, listen, like, I'm there for you. Like, let me help you.
Yeah.
And, it was properly kind of maybe in the way you think, Devin, where I came back and said, how dare you?
Yeah.
Right? How dare you try to say you knew Aqua like that? They both have points, right?
I think it would have been better if she talked about losing her parents. I think that would have been a better connector. But the second she brought up Aqua, that's a very sore spot for Ai.
And you know what? He's not in the wrong.
No, I don't think he's in the wrong. No. But that's why I think that scene was very. I love it because there's a lot of different ways that you can kind of interpret that scene.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I like it a lot. And Devin, thank you for the generous donation and the comment. And you're absolutely, I think it's a fair opinion to have. And it's an opinion I've seen from a few people, so you're definitely not alone in that.
It's an opinion from I, too.
Yeah.
Devin came back and donated another $5.
Thank you,
And he said, I don't understand why Yusaku never checked up on I get that he's awkward, but it's just common sense to check up on a pal who's lost everything. I completely agree with that.
Well, okay, I agree with it, but there might not have been a way for Yusaku to even reach I.
He was in the duel list, and then he told them, he said to Kusanagi in kind of that recap episode, I'd let him go, I set him free. Okay, like, you couldn't have kept in touch and be like, yo, bro, here's a postcard.
Well, keep in touch. But how do you reach I, right? Because I leaves the duel disc right after the Bowman duel.
I's an all-powerful AI. You see him do all these things. You're telling me he has no way of sending an email to Yusaku?
No, I'm saying Yusaku doesn't have a way to reach I.
He's a master hacker, him and Kusanagi. There's no way they could find I in the VRAINS.
The Ignis code is complicated, man.
I don't know. I felt like if they left on a better note, and he was maybe more sympathetic, because we didn't see any of those scenes. They kind of robbed us.
True.
Maybe.
Well, I think he left. I think he left immediately after Bowman was defeated. I think when he said "Blue Maiden, Soul Burner, I'm sorry," and he leaves, and I don't think Yusaku hears from him again. So, like, I agree. Like, obviously, if the chance was there for Yusaku to reach out, he definitely should have. I think it's just, he is awkward, but I think that's just a dignity thing to do. But I don't think he had the opportunity to. I really don't. That's the way I read it, though. Obviously, you guys kind of interpreted it a little differently.
Yeah, I interpreted it a little differently.
I don't think there was. I don't think he. Maybe he didn't make the effort to try.
Yeah, and I'm not necessarily blaming Yusaku. I'm just saying that he maybe could have avoided some things if he had a deeper connection with I. I thought they had a lot of great moments in that Bowman duel. I mean, I literally, his first sacrifice, right?
Yeah.
And saying, like, look, hold on to all the friendships you've made. He named everyone that was there. They cared about each other clearly. Yusaku screams I. And then you don't have any talk about after everything that just happened. When Yusaku goes, oh, yeah, we won, but the loss was too great. There's no conversation there. Mm-hmm. That never happens. Yeah. They both should have helped each other deal with their grief, especially Yusaku to I.
Right, and I feels like all the humans got revived. Playmaker got everything he wanted. I got nothing.
Yeah, and you don't think that we're going to get some resentment of I to Playmaker?
I can't wait for it.
He didn't help him.
That duel is going to be tremendous. Yeah.
Well, how would you feel if...
But again...
We're friends, right?
Right.
And someone close to you passes away, right? Let's say, God forbid, your whole family's gone. We just never talk again, and I never say anything about that. Never check in on you.
My family's gone. The next day, I change my number. I move away. I'm off all social media. I delete my YouTube and Twitter. How do you get in touch with me? There's no way. I'm completely off the grid.
In the real world, it's hard, but I feel like through the VRAINS, you have so many possibilities.
But he's an Ignis, and he's a master coder. He is the Cyberse. He is the VRAINS.
Right, but he also, the Graves look like he went back to the Cyberse world. That wouldn't be one of the first places you check.
Well, the Graves, interestingly enough, that's where Dark Fluid was created. That Link 5 monster was created. Not saying, but maybe Playmaker just can't access it.
Maybe. I don't know.
Also, Yusaku doesn't have a reason to go into the frame. Well, maybe to reach I and
to reach I.
All right, you know what? It's an interesting debate.
I'm not straight up blaming him for everything that's happened, but like, come on, he could.
I don't know. It's an interesting debate.
His awkwardness might have cost us the world. I think Kenny came back and donated $5 and said, yes,
Thank you,
I
Matt.
love Borload and Topologic monsters. I created my own Link 5 Topologic and Borload. I can send you them over Discord.
Yep, I'll be reading them. I think you probably sent them to me, unless you sent me a few monsters. I'll be reading them
man even
on
creates
Saturday.
monsters?
No, he's a
legend.
He's a trooper. I love
Joseph
it.
Tedesco
Thank you,
donated
Joe.
another $2.
Thank you, man.
And said, Earth's deck is the best out of the 3. Changed my mind.
G Golem, is that the deck that Earth used?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
With the Crystal Heart.
Yeah. Well, that was Aqua's monster, but Earth's
But it was in Earth's deck.
Earth's deck was probably my least out of Lightning, Windy, and Earth.
Yeah, probably.
But
Yeah, I would say so.
that's cool that someone likes it that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, subject to your own opinions. I
Yeah,
love
definitely.
that.
I just don't remember the deck that well.
Yeah, I mean, really.
We haven't seen Earth duel in a while. His last duel was against Go, which was way back.
I think he only dueled twice, right? He dueled Yusaku
Playmaker
and then Go.
And then Go, way back.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been a little bit.
Yeah.
Elizabeth W. came back and donated another $2.
Thank you, Liz.
Fun question.
Sure.
Cringiest scene/line from any show. Any show, I would assume she means, doesn't even have to be Yu-Gi-Oh! Related.
That's hard, man.
Oof.
What about you? What do you think?
Cringiest line. I mean, I can think of one from a movie.
The Superman versus Batman?
Well, the Martha scenes again. No, I'm thinking of a scene from if you I don't even know if I should say it, but if you ever see the movie Roadhouse, there's a scene where Patrick Swayze is fighting one of the main villain karate guys, and the karate guy stops in the middle of the fight, and his line literally is, to intimidate Patrick Swayze's character, is, I've effed bigger guys than you in prison. As if that's supposed to be, like, an intimidating thing in the middle of a fight. And, like, you stop and you almost go, I would be like, wait, hold up, man. What did you just say?
Yeah, wait, what?
That's literally what he says.
That he's slept with bigger guys in prison.
Right, as if that's supposed to be an intimidating factor to Patrick Swayze's character. Like, what the
What
hell?
kind of line is that?
So that's the one that quickly comes to mind. Obviously, that's from a movie. Shows I can't think of any off the top of my head. I mean, there's a lot. I love the CW
I just can't
universe.
think of
There's
any.
a lot of cringy ones in there.
Yeah, I
too.
can't think of any.
Another one, Walking Dead, when they changed the line, I believe it's at the end of season 4. I believe the episode's called A or whatever, when Rick and the gang get put in the car in Terminus in the train car. And he turns around, and the famous comic book line is he turns around and he says, they're going to realize that they screwed up. And he was just like, everyone's like, oh, why? Because they're fucking with the wrong people. Something along those lines.
Yeah.
But the show for AMC, even though they've used the F word in Breaking Bad and things like that, he said they're screwing with the wrong people. And it kind of just takes the whole energy out of the scene.
Sure.
And then they release a deleted scene on the DVD where he says the fucking part.
Why couldn't they
So
air
I'm like,
it?
why wouldn't you just, you're
Yeah.
allowed to use that. It comes on at 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
You can use it once.
Yeah.
So those are two that come to mind.
That's weird. Well, Liz, thank you for the question. I can't think of any. If I think of any later, I'll let you know. Thank
Goosey
you.
Q came back and donated $2.
Thank you, Goose.
Said, which Yu-Gi-Oh person would you like to have a 1-hour conversation with? Definitely not Yusaku, because it'd be me talking the entire time.
Could you imagine?
Oh, Jesus.
You say. Or Jaden.
You wouldn't go with a villain?
No, I wouldn't go with a villain.
I don't know. You're just having a conversation. They're not doing anything to you. You're just talking. Like, you don't think it'd be interesting to have a 1-hour conversation with Yuri? See how that goes?
With well, Yuri after he got redeemed horribly.
No, I want him in the evil stage. I want to just see what he's like.
Or you're like Yami Marek. No, I don't want to. No, I don't want to be in a room with Yami Marek for an hour. That sounds like a horrible.
Oh, come on. We're just having a conversation.
No way.
For an
No,
hour.
because that conversation is going to turn into a murderous rampage.
Joey Wheeler. That's another good one.
Joey's a good one.
Just-
I just think Jaden, his whole story is about like high school depression or college depression.
Okay.
And I think I could relate a lot to him. And
Definitely
just
wouldn't
talk
be
to him.
Naoki, I'll tell you that much.
He'd be a fun guy to talk to.
Talk to Go for an hour about his charity work with the children. Do an interview on him there. That'd be interesting.
He'd be an interesting one. But if
Revolver, I think, would be another interesting conversation. Get him started on how much he hates Ignis.
or how
Let
much
him
he
roll.
hates like social media. I would actually enjoy that conversation.
His relationship with his father, how that went.
How social media is polluting the world. I would actually really enjoy
You
that.
could do a lot of background information on that.
Yeah,
I'd
that's a
love that
great
lot.
question, man.
I love that question
yeah,
a lot.
great hypothetical.
Let's copy. Hold on. Let me copy one more donation here.
Is this the last one?
For the moment, but I mean,
Okay.
they keep trickling in.
Well, that's
Love you guys.
You guys are amazing. Jesus Christ. Might have
We're getting there. We're catching up, though. We're doing good.
Might have broken a record.
Jack Rhodes donated $2.
Okay, thank you,
It
Jack.
said, "Hey Dylan, going to enter the giveaway of Rising Rampage."
Oh, yes, enter the giveaway, Jack. I don't think I posted the link in this video, but I opened 2 boxes of Rising Rampage. The boxes were all right. I didn't get any amazing pulls. And I'm giving this one away for free to anyone in the world. So please join the giveaway. Go to my last live stream.
When does it end? When does the giveaway end?
Mid-August.
Okay.
So you got a time.
Okay. Bam came back and donated $5
Thank you so much, Bam.
and just said, "I just got back into Yu-Gi-Oh, so maybe that's why
That's
he found
awesome.
your channel. 5Ds was the last one I viewed and
Wow.
read. That's why I'm finding great channels like yours." And then I think this is Asaka, A-S-U.
Asuka. Yep.
Asuka.
Alexis.
Asuka and Aki are the best girls.
Yes. So Alexis and Akiza for the dub.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they're both great. I think to this day, even with Zexal, Arc 5, and VRAINS, I think they're still both top 4 characters, girl characters in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's great that you got back into it, Bam. Thank you for that generous donation. And yeah, it's a great time to get back into the show because it seems like they are really doing something big for Yu-Gi-Oh! 7.
We're in that sweet spot.
That might have to do with Duel Monsters, GX, 5Ds, maybe the older shows. So great time to get back into the show and the game, and I hope you find the content enjoyable. I really appreciate it, man.
Liz said you and Joey can do the signature chin together.
Oh, God, I don't know if I can make my chin. We got, if anyone's a channel member, you can spam that emote. I don't know if I can do that chin.
Leaf on Fusion said, "I would love to talk with the Arclight brothers."
Oh, yeah, so for Quattro, Trey, and Quinton.
So there's a couple things going on there.
That's Zexal,
All right.
so you won't, they're
Don't know
great,
yet.
great
and
characters.
for right now, for this moment, this is the last donation.
Okay.
Brass Butter, $10.
Brass? Oh, geez, thank you for that. Geez, that's a generous one.
Personally, don't have a problem with the dub, but a lot of emotion is lost in translation. For example, when you say hot is his mark in the sub, he was branded, and it didn't really tickle.
Yeah, so he gets branded in jail. Right, you've seen that.
Yes.
And he gets branded with this hot metal thing, and in the sub, he screams because he gets, branded. It's not supposed to. And I think in the dub, he gets branded and he makes a line like, "Oh, is it supposed to tickle?" And then the officer, shoves him into the jail cell. So I completely agree. And that's why I tell you, I would.
That the dub changes
especially
a
the
lot.
earlier stuff. Yeah, it's tough because the Japanese language, I feel like it's much easier to convey emotion
Yes.
than it is in the English language, especially for animation.
Anytime you translate anything, you're losing things. It's never perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, we see that sometimes where
Well,
who's the guys that do the subtitles for Crunchyroll?
4K.
Sometimes they're putting little notes in there, like what they did with the cutlet thing. Of
Yeah.
like, hey, this is
This-
actually
this
the
is why
meaning.
it's the pun.
You're really not going to understand this pun because you don't speak Japanese.
Exactly. So that's just language barriers suck, man. But thank you for that generous donation, and I completely agree. I've done a whole video series on changes from the dub to the sub. And yeah, it's just part of the language. So
right now, that is our last donation.
all right, well,
We've
that-
reached the end.
is probably going to wrap things up. I mean, we discussed for about 30 minutes the Zizens versus I, and then we just answered questions from
We
the
answered
great
questions.
people.
I think we covered most things.
I think we did, yeah.
If anything, we'll probably talk to you down below. About
Absolutely, and I always go back and I always
the
read
chat.
every comment. So even if you didn't super chat donate, I will absolutely
Do you
see your
wanna check
comment.
that real quick to see if I missed anything on Super Chat that I couldn't see?
Sure.
I believe I got everyone.
through PayPal. Let me check.
Yeah, so please let me know if I missed you. If I did, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure I got everyone.
No, you're good. You're good. Because sometimes they come up through PayPal, but it would be a PayPal symbol, not a YouTube one. So you're good. Thank you guys so much. Join my Rising Rampage giveaway. The link is not in this video. You have to go back to my Rising Rampage box opening right on my channel. Follow the link there. Again, free giveaway. And the reason I'm able to do giveaways like this once or twice every month is because of nights like this. Yeah, it's because of you guys with the freaking donations. You guys are incredible. You okay?
Fire wrote, this was the best stream ever.
Oh, really? Thank you. Well, I
you.
had a blast. Our goal is to always make every stream the best stream ever.
We're trying to.
I'm actually worried about this Saturday because you can't do it. I don't know if Caliber can't. I don't know if Nick T can either. I mean, Saturday we might not have one either.
Oh,
we might
no.
have to do maybe one Tuesday night again to make it up.
The only way we can do that is if you want me on. Oh, hold on. One more donation.
We'll figure it out.
If you want me on and no one else can do it, you got to do before 2 o'clock.
Okay.
So if you want to do like an 11 a.m. stream or something like that, I will wake up early and I will come for the people.
Maybe we will. But
So-
tomorrow night we do have After Dark. It's not really Yu-Gi-Oh related. If you want to hear us talk about our lives behind Yu-Gi-Oh. We got some crazy stories for you. Hopefully, some of you guys find that enjoyable.
A couple things.
Okay.
Just before we go off here. Everyone was saying the stream's really fun. Virtue said, quote, not a box opening channel. Stardust Sam said, yo, Dylan, get me on. Smiley face.
Sam, hold on. Sam, you are welcome to come. You want to pay for his ticket?
I can't afford that.
He's flying in from Australia. It's like $1,500.
You know what? Why don't you just, like, you jump on a boat or something? You could be like Jack and Titanic, and you don't even have to pay for anything.
Yeah, you can do that, Sam.
Befriend a redhead.
If you ever make it to the area, man, YuGiOh, who might be in the chat, I'm not sure if he is.
He's on in August. Correct?
He's coming August 10th. That's 2 Saturdays from now.
I believe I saw Yud at one point.
Yeah, good dude. 2 Saturdays from now. That'll be a lot of fun. He's flying.
We cannot leave yet because there are 3 more donations.
Oh my God, guys! You guys just keeping us hostage. No, I'm kidding.
Everyone is saying bye, good night, but don't leave yet. There's a couple to read. Bam again came back and wrote $2. And he said, "Oh yeah, go New York Yankees." Wow, that hurts, Bam.
It hurts,
Welcome
Bam,
to
but
the channel, but at the same time, that hurts.
You know what? We're both Met fans, but like, I don't hate the Yankees. I hate the Phillies more than the Yankees.
Yeah, Phillies, Braves, hate them all.
Yeah, Nationals.
Has anyone ever called you nice, Peter, during your route? No, but I had the second person. Jordan was the first, and the second person this week to tell me I look like Jake Gyllenhaal. So apparently that's a thing.
That's good.
I guess I'm the villain in Spider-Man.
I guess so. Bam, thank you so much for the donation.
Matthew Kennedy
Go
came
Yankees.
back and donated $5.
Thank you, Matt.
Dylan, did you read all the stuff I sent? So if so, thank you so much.
Yeah, so I read half of it, Matt, and then I actually fell asleep. I was reading it on my phone, and I just got really tired. We'll read the rest tonight. But everything looked good so far. I read all the stuff about Zed, a few of the cards. Looks awesome, dude. Thank you so much, Matt. You are a great dude and a great writer, great storyteller, and I can't wait to tell that stuff to everyone.
Yeah, he is great.
Yeah.
Also, Charizard wrote, do you guys have a local minor league baseball team? You say usually the Lakewood
Blue Claws. Lakewood Blue Claws.
That's usually the one.
Yeah, single A, I believe.
Kami asks, what time will the After Dark stream be for tomorrow?
Probably like 11:30 p.m. We're aiming
Eastern
for
Standard Time.
Yeah, EST. It's going to be a late start because we're waiting for him to get off work, Nick T to get off work, DJ will be there, so it'll be all 4 of us. It'll be a good time.
Virtue hitting us with the Mets are such a joke, LOL. Ouch.
All right, we come on, we know that. We don't need to hear it.
Jack Rose, maybe the final donation of the night, donated $2 and said, good night, Dylan and Pete. Catch you in another video.
You guys are
Catch you, Jack.
Yeah, we'll catch you, Jack. Thank you so much. You guys are all incredible. Episode 112 review and the podcast live stream will be tomorrow. So really excited to talk to you guys about all of that. Thank you all so much for spending your Tuesday nights, your Wednesday mornings, your Tuesday evenings with us. It really means the world. Pete, thank you so much for doing this with me.
Thank you for having me. This was a load of fun, guys. This is a long stream, a lot of donations.
We had to make up for 1 week. So you guys are fucking incredible. Thank you all so much. I had to drop it. I had to. You guys are really amazing. Thank you all. Love you all. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night, everyone. Peace.
Have a good night, guys.
Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day.
You couldn't
Thank
leave it
you,
up
guys.